Hello, hello, hello. What's up this morning, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday. I'm losing my headphones. Fine Tuesday to ya all. Good to see ya. What is up, Morbid Dylan Hunter? Hey, Einfox shoot. I'm so sorry, Einfox. I did it again. I know I'm butchering your name. My apologies. This sloth, God's right hand. How is everyone doing today? Variant, Aurora Sheet, Winston Churchill. Welcome. Hopefully everyone is having a spectacular day, a wonderful week. The Mega Magic Carp. Welcome back to the Fishbowl for the 25th. I think it's more than 25th altogether. I don't even know. For the 25th month. Big scoops here for our re-subscriber. Did you ever wake up, kiss the person beside you, and realize how lucky you are? I just did that, and apparently I won't be able to fly on the airline anymore. That's a good one, Mega Magic Carp. Oh, I gotta say, I don't know how many of you watched the Pro Tour this weekend. And today, we're gonna do, well, unless this ends in 1 second, but planning on doing some Lorwyn Eclipsed draft, because I really want to see how good this format is, what it's like. I drafted a bit over the weekend, not a ton, but a few drafts, and I really have not figured out what this format's about. I kind of think that the format might kind of suck, or I'm just bad at it. That is also very possible. So we're going to figure that out today as we go along. That is part of the plan. The Pro Tour was so surprisingly good. Like, heading into the Pro Tour, I was very worried because 45% of the meta was Badger, Mole Cub, and I was thinking we might have another broken Pro Tour where one deck dominated. Instead, we ended up with most of the decks that were really popular and people thought were good being pretty bad. And then the top 8, and really the tournament is in general, very diverse. We had unique decks taking it down in Excruciator, Harmonizer's another new deck, Elementals actually seem like they might be real. So I gotta say, this was one of the most encouraging Pro Tours that I've seen in Standard in a long time. 30-2, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip, thank you. Yeah, the Excruciator deck definitely super cool. Like, not something I expected to see win the Pro Tour, but it got there. Like, the Superior Spider-Man tech actually very good with Excruciator. It's kind of amazing how big of an impact this card has had. Like, there's so many cool things that you can do with it. We've seen it with the Voke Elementals, we've seen it doing the Living End thing, now we see it doing the Excruciator thing. I think the deck that surprised me the most, though, is actually this Teamer Harmonizer deck. The Harmonizer deck, we've seen Mightform Harmonizer landfall decks. Like, that's not brand new. But the innovation here is essentially a cut all the creatures. There's no Mana Dorks, there's no Badger Mole Clubs, there's no Chocobos or anything. This is just like straight up Mightform Harmonizer combo. So instead of like playing like a creature deck, you're playing like a combo deck, right? Where you're just trying to set up this hand with all your consults and your stock ups, trying to set up this hand where all in one turn, you just warp the Harmonizer, full bore the Harmonizer, make enough land drops that you grow its power enough that you win with this massive trampling hasty Mightform Harmonizer. Super cool idea. So we've just seen, like, I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by this Pro Tour. How does it work with teams in a Pro Tour? Like, I don't get it. Were the players for their clans, or how does that work? So when you hear them talk about teams at the Pro Tour, they're not actually a real thing. Like, as far as the results of the Pro Tour, winning the Pro Tour, teams do not matter at all. There's no team. So the way that teams work in Magic at this point is, if someone says they're on a team, that mostly means that they get together with other people on that team and like test before the event to try to figure out like what the best deck is or practice limited. Also usually means you're sponsored by someone, so someone's maybe paying for your flight or something. If your team, whatever, heavy player, TCG player, they're probably pitching in something towards getting you to the event. But as far as actual like results, there's no like winning team or something. There's no prize for being the team that performed the best. So it's really just mostly like a group of people that practice together and maybe get sponsored by someone to not have to spend as much money to go to the Pro Tour. So it's basically just that. I was playing Draft in Arena yesterday, only drew lands in my opening hand. Only drew lands from my opening hand to turn 6. Hey, that's magic. Hopefully that does not happen to us today, but we will see. Also, reminders. Replay YouTube for the old stream, normal YouTube. How are y'all liking the bracket so far? I know we talked about it a little bit. The best standard deck ever tournament. Episode 2 went up yesterday, and if you haven't seen it yet, oh man, it was so good. I'm really excited for the best standard deck ever thing. It's worked out so well. And like, I'm excited for it because people are watching. I was a little nervous. Like, are people going to be interested in this? Like, are they going to care about a Black Lotus deck from 30 years ago? But it seems like people are actually very interested in it, and it is so fun to be able to, like, see. I just love stuff like this. Being able to see the old decks in action, like, you have the history of the nostalgia. It's, like, so cool. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. It was a good one yesterday. It was a good one, and I'm very excited for next week because I get to play the Academy deck, and Academy is a deck I've literally always wanted to play. It's before my time of playing, but I've always heard about, like, this infamous combo deck, right? Like, the most broken combo deck maybe in Magic's history. It got banned after 50 days. So I'm very excited to actually get to play Academy and see if this deck is actually as absurd as people make it sound like. So we get to find that out next week. And I know Richard's hyped because he gets to play Delver, and Delver, he said, out of the entire bracket, Delver is the deck that he thought he had played the most in his real life, because he played a ton of Magic during that time. He played a ton of the Delver deck, so it should be interesting next week. I put together a 5-color control deck. You faced in Timeless. Oh wait, I put together the 5-color control deck you faced in Timeless by playing Painter. I've been having a blast with it. Would love your opinion on the sideboard. Ooh, yeah, the 5-color control deck was wild. It was not something I was expecting in Timeless, because it seems kind of fair, right? But actually, it worked really well. Sideboard, I mean, the sideboard seems fine. If wild cards are a problem, I'd probably play Thoughtseize over Duress, because why not? The 2 life, I think, is not a big enough deal to make it worth cutting in Timeless, because Timeless isn't usually or mostly a big, like, damage race format, so I definitely consider that. Relic's fine, Swords is good, Veils seems good. Yeah, I mean, that seems reasonable. I like Toxic Deluge. I don't know if other people play Toxic Deluge, but I play a lot of Toxic Deluge in my Timeless sideboard. Really good against the energy deck. So yeah, it looks sweet, Joe. We're trying to make sure that the cards are from the era, right? So, like, if it's an Innistrad deck, hopefully the basic lands and, like, the printings are like what you would have played at that time. That's a hope anyway, right? Is that we can match it up, because it just, like, works with the aesthetic, kind of. Like, it fits the flavor of it. Oh, yeah, also, final reminder, our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can make cardkingdom.com/MTD Goldfish. Maybe even get a goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one in the comments, and they'll hook you up. My called shot is that Golos Field of the Dead is going to win it all. People forget that deck played against Oko and got banned first. That is true. That one, I think that's coming up in the next few matches. I think we'll get to that one in the next month or so. So we should be able to find out. We should be able to find out in the future, in the not too distant future. Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? How have things been? It's been a minute. Tazinger, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 7th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I would have found it hilarious if you used Magic 30 printings for the 1994 deck. I know, it just wouldn't look right. Oh, it just wouldn't look right. How are you, Tazinger? Good to see you. Anyway, so today we're gonna try some Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. We're gonna see how this goes. Someone said, has anyone drafted this? What deck from the bracket do you think is most skill intensive? That is a really, you know what? Let me pull up the bracket real quick, because that's actually a very interesting question. The other question I was going to ask you all is, assuming this works, and so far I've been happy, very happy with, like, the response to it. It seems like people actually like this. What else would be cool to do a bracket of? Like, if this is actually a format that works, we could do, like, a modern bracket, like the greatest modern decks of all time. Although I worry a little bit that power creep, you'd run into a lot of issues with the Modern Horizons decks just being so much better than the nostalgic decks, I think. But that would be a possibility. You could do, like, a banned decks bracket. You could do an against the odds bracket, where you put in all the old against the odds deck and come up with the greatest against the odds deck of all time. There's so many cool things that we could Alchemy bracket, Moribund. Paul for the 9th month, welcome back. Oh, Pauper bracket, that would be sweet. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super Jeffrey, thank you. It would also be possible to do a smaller bracket, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't necessarily have to be 64 teams. We could do a 32 team bracket or a 16 team bracket for something too, would be a possibility. One sec. Oh, fastest combo deck bracket would be sweet. As far as the most skill testing deck to play in the bracket, what is your pick? What is your pick, chat? What would you pick as most skill testing? So I would lean towards like my gut is like some sort of old combo deck, but I'm actually not sure. Like I feel like Academy, which is coming up next week, I feel like it's a deck that once you know how it works and what it's trying to do, you're basically just trying to do the same thing every time. So it's probably going to be skill testing to like get to know it. But then once you know what you're doing, I don't know how skill testing it is because you're kind of just counting and setting up the same game plan. Maybe it's, I don't know, like Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm, I don't know if this deck's any good. I have no idea how Dragonstorm's gonna do. I don't even know if that deck's any good. But Dragonstorm, I think that the deck that Richard played this week was actually weirdly skill testing. The Power 9 or Black Lotus control deck was actually like super skill testing because it's just like all these one-ofs and it looks so scattered that you're trying to assemble these weird pieces. So that one, in like, when do I loot my Black Lotuses? When do I got to get them back to try to do something? So that deck actually seemed like it was hard to play. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know I mean, honestly, I guess I don't want to spoil. I was going to talk about yesterday's match. I don't want to spoil the results if people haven't seen it yet. But not everything is going the way I would expect so far. I will definitely say that. Titania song. Oh, I haven't gotten to Titania song. I haven't gotten to Titania song yet, but it's still on my list. I haven't forgotten Stone Rain. Also, for my RCQ My City, if you remember, I asked you what deck to play. I have a spicy random encounter with 4 Terror the Peaks as a new card in the Dragonhawk's Tempest. Ooh. That actually sounds sweet, Line Fox. I'd probably play that. I'd probably just play that because it sounds super cool. And I mean, we know random encounter. Every time I play it, it just does super well. Is there any challenge sourcing cards for the Black Lotus deck? I mean, it gets a little tricky, but thankfully been doing this a long time. Know lots of people, have connections with, Card Kingdom and stores and so forth. So all that helps. But yeah, I mean, as far as getting cards together, the Power 9 is definitely about as expensive and complicated as it gets. Anyway, let's do some Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. Let's jump into it. Let's see. So how many of you have drafted Lorwyn Eclipsed? I'm curious. Like, what should I know, Chad? Do you have any advice for me before we jump into this? Someone said just pick elves and you'll win, but apparently that's not necessarily. I don't know. It can't just be pick elves, right? The format can't be solved already. Is it? I hope. Maybe it is as simple as just pick elves. How much was the Black Lotus deck? 62 big one, $62,000. 62, 126, 36, 300 on Moto. Yeah, I mean, Chaos Orb's a grand. The dual lands are expensive. I mean, obviously the Power 9 is super expensive. My deck was $151. The Simigogo deck, budget now. Basically a budget deck. Goblins are good, Kithkins are bait. Elves is a great deck, but it's highly consistent. Take the rare. See, I like that idea. Take the rare. Bombs can win you the game. Shapeshifters are the best. Wowie. Giants and Treefolk bombs are good. Worth flag. I do know I tried to do, there's a Cultivator Colossus, the 7-drop that when it comes down, it humilities everything of your opponents. I was like, over the weekend, I was watching the Pro Tour, and I was like, I think I'm going to, let's do a draft. So I draft this deck, and I was like, oh, it's going to be sweet. I had a Marlin in my deck, and I was like, this is a bomb. 2 matches in a row. The first 2 matches, both of my opponents had Cultivator Colossus after I played my Marlin. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? How are you supposed to beat a Cultivator Colossus? How are you supposed to beat? All right, let's see what happens. Let's jump into it. Yes, let's do it. It's draft time. Our traditional once per set limited stream. I mean, Kithkin can't be that bad. I have noticed in the drafts that I did that goblins come around really late in packs. So my impression so far is this, that because of the tribal synergies, I think that how you need to draft this is you need to like find a tribe that's like kind of open early and just super commit to that tribe. It feels like that kind of format rather than a flexible format. I like the idea of some sort of like 5-color Vivid deck. I don't know how realistic it is to build a 5-color Vivid deck. Goblins are amazing. Okay, interesting. Maybe I'm underrating goblins. I mean, it's probably going to depend on what we open. Well, I mean, we open a card that I feel like this is a bomb, but it's a bomb that doesn't work with any of the tribal synergies. Doug Boy Mark, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription, thank you. I mean, this is a rare, and it's, I think, a bomb, and it's probably hard to beat. What else is there? So, Thought Weapon Viewer, I think is a pretty good Kithkin. One of the better Kithkin payoffs. This thing, being your first main phase, I mean, I think it's big. I guess if you have Blight synergies to remove the counters back and forth, it's probably pretty good. Fine 2-drop elf, decent merfolk. Unexpected assistance is pretty good. I mean, I think we're going tree folk. I think we're a tree folk deck. I think we might be a tree folk deck. I hate it, and it just makes Force indestructible. This card's actually, I've been messing around with Sapling Nursery and Constructed, and I think it can do some cool things. Now what do we get? So if we want to stick with green, we get a mid Kithkin and a mid elf. There's a decent merfolk, which we're pretty far away from playing. We could take Explosive Prodigy and actually try to be a 5-color deck. Like, maybe we're 5-color green and like a vivid type thing. That seems possible. This thing's fine in Merfolk. Gravesifter, I think, is generally good. The problem is, so over the weekend, I tried to draft a 5-color Vivid deck, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get all the fixing. I'll do it, I'll be able to play whatever I want. And in the end, I ended up just not getting, like, my fixing was stuff like Changeling Wayfinders and so forth that wasn't adding colors to the battlefield. So I could get all 5 colors of mana, but I couldn't actually do anything with it, essentially. So that's how it fell apart the first time I tried. This pack, so nothing for, man. So is Merfolk just open? That's another Merfolk. We could just take this to fix our mana. I guess it also works with Sapling Nursery. This is a fine elf. This is a okay tree folk. Pummeler. Pummeler's gonna come around late. You know what? I'm gonna take the elm. Maybe we're actually a tree folk deck. Maybe can we actually build tree folk? I don't know how good this elm actually is. It is removal, and it works well with Blight synergies because it can be repeatable removal. Oh, did I miss a good giant? Oops. This pack, this pack doesn't look great. Oh, this pack. I mean, there was a tree folk. I think this card's probably pretty bad, though, right? This card seems very expensive. 5 mana for 3/7. The Spikeling is also pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's actually possible to build tree folk, honestly. But we can try. We can try. I do not like how this deck has started out. If only, yeah, we need, don't give them any ideas, Mega Magikarp. We're going to have a version of this that makes 6/7 tree folks very shortly. I mean, Choppy Changeling's okay. Nah, you gotta do the hand thing. Yeah. 6-7 is one of those things that I kind of wish I didn't know about, but I do. Let's say Chompy. I feel like Now this card is horrible in limited. Oh, it is horrible in limited. However, think of the cool things we could do with it. Yeah, Lofty Dreams. It is a good card. Can we take rating schemes? Can we try to make this work? Is this the worst idea ever? I think this is the worst idea ever, but we're gonna try it. We're already in the colors. We can get a Changeling Wayfinder here to fix our mana. I know Wayfinder's not great, but this pack, Hex is kind of mid-removal, Keep Out's mid-removal, Runaway together. It's kind of okay in Merfolk maybe, but not great, or Fairies. We're gonna take the Wayfinder. That's like, yeah, we gotta conspire our Sapling Nursery to get 2 of them. How bad is this thing? So it's like a 4/5 for 5 that gives your other giants double strike. Gilleaf Embrace is okay, but I don't know what we're protecting with this deck. Oh, we are very far off the rails. We are very far off the rails already. I don't know what we're doing or where we're going, but how good is Tweeze? Is Tweeze worth playing? 3 mana is just so much. It's so expensive. But it is a non-creature spell. And non-creature spells go up in value for playing rating schemes. Everything we play is against the odds in some way or another. Oh, another one of these. So I think we want to minimize the black. This actually works well with, man, I can't believe we're trying to build a rating schemes deck. Why does this card always go so late? I feel like this card seems fine to me, right? Like, it's 2 bodies, a 2/2 and a 1/1 for 3 mana, but I always see it go way late in booster packs. That's actually kind of sweet if we have rating schemes. One of them isn't very good, but oh, wait a minute. Oh god. Okay, now we gotta think. Okay, so there's a Goliath Daydreamer. When you cast the instant sorcery spell from your hand, exile it with a dream counter on it. When it attacks, you can cast one of the spells from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost. Kind of spicy. It works with the spell slinging plan. There's also a Kroll, something along those lines. This thing, the Panharmonicon thing, we could double our Explosive Prodigy. It is also hybrid, which is nice. I think we got to take the Goliath Daydreamer though. The removal spell's fine. Yeah, I mean I don't know where we're Jund Spellslinger. Oh, Taster Aware. Oh my good. Oh, if we can do that and double it, it would be so cool. Wow, this is a triple rare pack. Okay, this is actually, so Taster Aware is very good. Hexing Squelcher's, I think, worse than Taster of Wares. Dream Harvest is kind of insane. Pure Extrait is good. I think our plan, I don't know how we get 2 black creatures on the battlefield necessarily, but I think we take the Dream Harvest. That's a Cathar. Oh, and a Seer. Okay. So Catharsis, I think, is actually not that great. Like, it's okay. If we had taken the Kroll earlier, it would probably be insane. I do love that Kithkin token. That Kithkin token looks sweet. However, Seer is fine. Seer just kills things. It's something we can double up. Oh, you should have heard Krim yesterday. Krim was so happy that Demir won. Green and red has a good win rate. Oh. What is happening? Is no one, Kithkin must be kind of open. Like, isn't this just like S tier like bomb? I feel like Bridge is insane. I don't know how we cast it. We're definitely going to need some fixing. Nothing else in this pack. Like, we can take another Gangly Stomper, but Gangly Stomper is not good. We can take another Blighted Blackthorn. You know what? We're gonna take that Brigid. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out. Oh, man, Kithkin is friggin' open. That's like the best Kithkin into one of the like second or third best Kithkin. I think these are two of the best Kithkin. Twin Flame Travelers. We don't have elementals though. How do we cast things in this deck? That's gonna be the challenge. Can we actually cast things? Could we end up Kithkin after all this? Wow. Oh my god. Are we gonna go Kithkin? Oh man, Kithkin is so friggin' open. It's so friggin' open. Can we realistically go Kithkin at this point in the draft, or do we just take Evolving Wilds and stick to the rating scheme's Dream Harvest plan? Oh, it's so late. It's so late. It's so late. But if people are just going to give us... Oh my... And apparently Elemental. Wow. Wait. Okay, so everyone's drafting Elves and Merfolk. Because these are also two very... Like, Flamebreaker is, I think, one of the most important Elementals. So apparently Elementals and Kithkin are just ridiculously open. I don't know if we can realistically pivot this late. It might be too late. It might be too late for the pivot. Technically a Kithkin. I mean, we could still play Nursery. Yeah, now we've kind of run out of things. Things that do things. We're not playing any of those. All right, take this. Well, I don't know where we're at now. I do not know where we're at. Look at this pile of cards. What are we trying to do, chat? What are we trying to do? So we have 3 good Kithkin now. We have 3. What do we actually... Okay, let's see. If we actually try to go Kithkin, what do we have that would... How many cards do we have that would be in this deck? The answer, I don't think, is a lot. Dream Caesar, not very good. Ooh, Adept Water Shaper. All right, what would Kithkin look like? That can stay. That can probably stay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we have like a 10-card Kithkin deck. Good Goblin. Pyrrhic Straight's good. Evolving Wilds, if we're sticking to the original plan, Evolving Wilds is probably what we need here. It's probably what we need anyway. Yeah, we're just gonna take Evolving Wilds. Oh, God. Dang, we could have double Catharsis. Oh, okay. Okay. That's also a second rating schemes. I mean, we gotta go back to the original plan, right? We got 2 rating schemes. All right, we're doing it. For better or worse, we're doing. Oh, but there's a kid. Oh, there's all the kids in this freaking draft. Oh no, Champion of the Clan Shin, Thought Left Lieutenant. There they all are. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I think we take Sneakling. We're not actually. It's too late to go Kithkin is the problem. We should have, if we're gonna go Kithkin, we needed to start doing it earlier. Like, there's just not enough time. We can take this thing for some ramp. Oh, another Kroll too. Also another Changeling Wayfinder. Do we have, what actually works with Kroll? It ups our color count. Yeah, we don't have that many shapeshifters. Let's take this Kroll. Take another Zealot. Okay, the Zealots are going to be our main fixing. Oh, we have risen. Oh man, this is the first special guest I've seen. Bearby, it's okay, bud. It's okay. Bear, it's okay, bud. We didn't go Kithkin. I know we didn't go Kithkin. It's okay. Bear's worried that we went Kithkin halfway. Oh, ha. Yes. Okay. Oh, we got a plan. Okay. I know what we're doing. Oh, we're back. We're back. Oh, we're so back. We are so back. We're a Dream Harvest deck. We're a Dream Harvest deck. We're a Dream Harvest deck. The challenge is going to be getting enough black or blue creatures. The challenge is going to be having enough black creatures to cast them. That's going to be the challenge. Oh, this deck's going to be wild. This deck's going to I don't know if we win any games with this deck, but we're trying something cool. I will give it that. We're trying something interesting. Oh, you just wait. Look at where this deck's going to end up. Oh, this is a deck of beauty. Yeah, this draft has been weird. Kithkin were obviously open. Elementals were obviously open. But we didn't realize that until halfway through pack 2. We briefly tried to pretend like we were going to be Kithkin and then gave up. The problem is just math, right? Like, we didn't have any Kithkin. We started picking Kithkin. They were like, so we were halfway through pack 2, which means we had about 21 picks left, 22 picks left. We would have literally just had to get a Kithkin every single pack. You got to be in pack 1, I think, to shift like that. I'm actually very excited about this deck. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm very excited because we have some cool cards. So here's what we're actually built around. Let's get these cards in here. You, maybe you, definitely you, probably you, definitely you. Probably need the bad black creatures, unfortunately. What is the other mode on this? Remove all counters from target creature. Okay. Sure. So here's what we got to try to do. We get rid of this temporal cleansing. The challenge we're going to have is we don't have that many black creatures. So what we want to do with this deck is we want to play a raiding schemes, and then we want to conspire a Dream Harvest. We can also Goliath Daydreamer a Dream Harvest. The challenge is we need 2 black creatures to tap, which probably means we have to play all these really bad black creatures. Just so we have the good news, maybe it's good news. Maybe it's good news that our black creatures are so bad no one will kill them. That does increase our odds of being able to raiding schemes. So that's the goal. So Dream Harvest. The old 4 Forest Sapling Nursery plan. Kadalfa Zealot for fixing. Raiding schemes, yes. All the bad black creatures, because how else are we realistically going to do the thing? Explosive Prodigy stays. Great Forest Druid stays. Seer stays. This is fixing. Kroll. I don't even know if Kroll. I mean, I guess we double a Shimmer Creep is kind of cute. Tease is kind of mid. This stays. This stays. I think it's something along those lines. How many land or how many games do you think we can win with this deck? Also, is that art not pretty good? Lorwyn's just such a cool plane. I wish we had more Lorwyn, because just look at the art on that. Why is that frog sticking its tongue out? What is going on? It's so good. It's just got that traditional fantasy feel. So we need to cut. All right, Rooftop Percher is going to go. Unforgiving Aim is copyable, in theory. Gangly Stomper is 2 colors, which is nice. Chomping Changeling has some value. I kind of want this Looter, actually. Maybe it might be something like that. That is a pile. That is a pile of magic. That is a pile of magic cards. I think we're good. We're good. This deck looks amazing. This is exactly how you're supposed to draft a tribal set. You just take all the 7-drops, an unplayable enchantment. I gotta see. I'm curious. 17 lands. What does 17 lands say about raiding schemes? This has to be one of the worst rares in the set. It's so bad no one plays it. Okay, that's that's usually not a good sign when it's just a main set card that doesn't even have. Oh my god, and Dream Harvest is there too. wait, does just no one? Oh wait, go all users, all users. All right, rating schemes. We need the. Oh my god, it's still there, and Dream Harvest is. Oh wow. Okay, so we drafted multiple copies of the worst rares in the set, pretty much. Oh, I'm even more excited now. All right, 7-0, 7-0 incoming, 7-0 incoming. I think people have just not realized the power of rating schemes. Man, if we can cast some spells, this deck's gonna be sweet. So we need to cut one more thing. We can't cut a black creature. Yeah, it's probably just Stomp Bling. All right, here we go. Here we go. Lorwyn Eclipsed Limited, just the way you're supposed to do it. Hey, what's up, Devin? How are you? Oh, did you see this yesterday? Well, we got a Dream Harvest. Do we cast a spell before we die? We will. Ooh, another swamp. Hello, opponent. Hello. Hello, friend, opponent, swamp, and all right, opponent's playing elves. Apparently the best archetype in the format. We do draw green mana though. All right, our mana's coming along. It's coming along. Only a few turns away from Dream Harvesting. Opponent gets in with the Informant, hits us down to 17. Ooh, there's a Sneakling. Well, play the land. Pass the turn. We probably just flash in. Well, now we definitely flash in a Sneakling to try to block. I don't really want to run out the Chomping Changeling because of Morkan size. So having an answer to that actually seems kind of nice. See if we can kill this Dawnlight's Archer. Okay, that's good. That's good, opponents. Oh, that thing's big. That thing is big. Well, I think it's time to do some daydreaming. Oh, the arena announcements. Opponents. Oh, this is very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Yeah, we're not gonna block. This has to be a pump spell, right? There's no way they make this attack with one of their best creatures. Well, that works like a pump spell. Opponent mills some cards with the tilling. I don't know if we're gonna survive long enough to cast this Dream Harvest, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll look at the arena announcements. The part that I noticed about the arena announcements is 15 card sideboards and best of one, which I think is good. Yeah, the Kai passing is also super sad. I mean, I guess we all kind of knew it was coming because he announced it a couple years ago, but doesn't make it any less sad or any easier. Wow, opponent mills an Aurora Awakener. Well, okay, let's play a Swamp and Shimmer Creeper. Boom, drain ya for 2. I just want to live long enough to cast Dream Harvest, but I don't know if we can. Opponent land. Opponent attacks with everything. Well, I mean, block and block. This is all we can do. I still think they have a pump spell. It's probably the trample pump thing. Oh, nameless inversion. All right, sure. So we drop to 5. We kill some stuff. I mean, maybe we can live long enough. Oh, another one. All right, so we play a land. Change. Okay, we're gonna live long enough to cast it. We're gonna live long enough to cast it, I think. We will take a forest. Play the Chomping Changeling. So if they kill this, they attack, we die. Yeah, we got to play Chomping Changeling. All right, we need to trust that our opponent's deck can save us. Come on, Dream Harvest. Come on, Dream Harvest. About it. Combat, getting in. We will block. Do we need to block with more? I mean, if they have no interaction, we can block like that. I really don't want to die to a pump. You know what? We're going to block. We're going to block with everything. We just got to make sure we can cast this Dream Harvest. I think this makes the most sense. They only get, so they get to kill the Shimmer Creep and one other thing, so we still keep one creature. And then we trust in the magic gods. Okay, there's our big tree folk. Well, here we go. Dream Harvest. Unbury and Safe Right Cavalry. Well, we play the Cavalry for free. Unbury. Get back Changeling and Shimmer Creeper. Man, could you imagine? Could you imagine if we had this, if we didn't have to chump block this silly thing and we still had the Goliath Daydreamer and we could cast it again for free? So BNR on Monday. BNR on Monday. My expectation is we get a no changes. I think it'll be a no changes BNR. So this is a emergency BNR. Opponent, Changeling Wave. So this is an emergency BNR. We know the next shakeup BNR is happening in March. So we have like 6 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So if we play this, and then we play this, we gain 2, we go to 6. Oh, all right. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, we actually just die. Could not beat the 9/9 Trampler. What about Commander? So is there a Commander announcement? So in Commander, I don't think there's anything they would. I don't know. What would you ban? What would you ban in Commander? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what you'd ban. Ooh, what are these new promos? Ancient Stirrings. Okay, looking pretty good. So Microspawn. It looks super cool. That card is brutal and historic. Ember Heart Challenge. All right, Ember Heart Challenger. Interesting mouse art. Seth, what would you have done yesterday in the podcast if Tomer wasn't there when Grim got disconnected? I was thinking about that. I guess I would have just talked to the camera for another 10 minutes and then wrapped it up. It's drafting. It's drafting today. Wait, let me see. So I do think I still want bans in standard. So I don't think we need emergency bannings based on the results of the Pro Tour. I don't say we need emergency bannings. Here's what I would say though. So Badger Mole Cub had a bad weekend. I still think Badger Mole Cub is a card that should not exist in standard. And the fact that at Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed, decks were built by the pros to slow down Badger Mole Cub doesn't really change my issues with how that card plays. Like, the play pattern on Arena at your local game store of just like Cub 10 mana Crater Hoof turn 3 style, like, I just don't think you should be able to do that in standard. So I'm still hoping that when we get to the shakeup bannings, I don't think they will emergency ban anything. My guess is no changes for the emergency ban update on Monday. Commander we'll talk about in a minute. My guess is no changes on Monday, but when we get to the shakeup bannings, I would say here's what I would like to see right now. If I had to pick right now, Badger Mole Cub, Superior Spider-Man, and maybe Into the Floodmaw or Storm Chaser's talent, something to slow down that package. That's what I would be looking at right now. Those would be the three that kind of stand out. I think Superior Spider-Man, I can see an argument for keeping it one more round. We get 2 rounds of shakeup bannings this year. We get one in March and then one 6 months later because there's no rotation this summer. So we get 2 rounds of shakeup bannings. Those are the cards that are at the top of my list right now. Is Tomer shouting out Spider-Man set the same as swearing during the Vegas stream? Yeah, it might be a while before we invite Tomer back to the podcast. I mean, he is right that Sultai Reanimator deck is big on that. I don't know what do you think? Like what would you like to see changed in standard? Is there anything easy question to start? Is there anything you think actually needs to be emergency banned in any format? Like, is there anything that sticks out as actually needing to be emergency banned? Northern Vanguard for the 69th month. Nice. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super Jeffrey, thank you. Will they ever ban anything in Best of One again? I mean, what's the problem in Best of One right now? I play Best of One on occasion, but I play way more Best of Three. Is there anything in specific? Like, I remember the artifact deck being a problem not that long ago. Arena announcements, they announced that they're going to make 15 card sideboards for Best of One again. I don't think that really matters. We also get a few new cards to Arena. I don't know. Oh, wait, Cryptic. Oh, Cryptic is cool. That's actually a card that I was hoping would come to Arena. Cryptic is, I don't think it's good enough to really, like, matter a ton in Timeless. Maybe Historic, even there, I'm a little bit not sure. But it is cool that it's on Arena. Wanderwine Prophets. Wanderwine Prophets could be a fun against odds card. Reachery used to be one of the best lords in the Merfolk deck. Oh, we already have Cryptic. Never mind. Murderous Redcap is new, right? That one's actually new. Maybe we do some persist comboing. I don't think the sideboard thing really changes anything. As far as Commander, I don't know what. I don't think anything needs to be banned in Commander right now. And then unbans, is there anything that you could unban and put on the game changer list? Is there... there's Commander. Like, what could you realistically unban and put on the game changer list? They haven't made any movement with the stuff they banned a couple years ago. So at this point, that's seeming less likely to me. Biorhythm, they already shot down once. Although I think Biorhythm is like in the range of something that you consider like unbanning. Like, you know, Coalition Victory's been fine. You unban Worldfire, like, it's 7 mana. It's 7 mana. And you need a specific board state to, like, win the game actually a problem? Probably not. Oh, I know what else we didn't talk about. I don't know, there's free... No. Prime. Okay, there's a couple of cards on here that I could see people being like, oh, maybe you should unban. Grizzlebrand is one of them. Primeval Titan is another one. These are cards that I've had conversations with people about. They're cards that even I have thought, okay, maybe, I know it's been a long time. Maybe you could free one of those cards. But then we played some no ban list games. And in those games, Primeval Titan has been very, very dominant. I played a game with Grizzlebrand in one of our no ban list games, and Grizzlebrand drew like 35 cards and just absolutely popped off. After playing with them in the context, it's only a game or two, so it's not like we played a ton of games with them, but those games reminded me of just how ridiculous those cards actually are, and I came away feeling like you probably don't want to do that. Like, if you unban Primetime, you play it in every single green deck. Like, if you're being optimal, you play it in every single green deck. If you unban Grizzlebrand, I think it just immediately becomes the best reanimation target in the format. I think Grizzlebrand would honestly be fine as a commander, because then you can't reanimate it easily. But I think in the 99, Grizzlebrand might be a problem. I don't bring back Band's Commander maybe, and you unban Raphellos. What do you think about Raphellos? Could they actually? Hey, welcome, Pondicos. Good to have you. Welcome. Raphellos is on Brawl, in Brawl now. How good is Raphellos in Brawl? Time Vault. Yeah, Power. Let's unban the Power 9. Unban the Power 9. Black Lotus, please. I don't think you can ever unban them all, Zanfast, just because of like the Power 9. And even if the Power 9 was okay, even if it was okay power level wise, which some of them might be, but I don't think all of them would be. Like, I don't think, like, why would you not play the Moxen in your colors? Why would you not play Black Lotus in every deck? But the big issue is the reserve list, right? Like, the big issue is a reserve list where you just can't reprint them. So you're going to have very wealthy players who can afford to spend $20,000 on a Black Lotus, be able to play Black Lotus, and then everyone else not be able to play Black Lotus. Proxying does work for casual, that is true. I still am not sure that it's worth it. That would be a very explicit endorsement, I would feel, of proxying from Wizards. And I don't know if Wizards is down for that. I don't know if Wizards want to that explicitly endorse proxies. Although I guess 30th Anniversary Edition was a pretty big endorsement. MTG Nerds, good to see you. Welcome. Enraged Flamecaster, eh? Is that worth searing? We could sear this and then play the Elm? Or do we wait for something more bomby? You know what? We're just gonna let it go. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We draw a Swamp. That's good. So let's play a Mountain. Get down the Elm. I'd really love to get down our Daydreamer before we start casting our spells. You know what format needs proxies is Pre-Modern. Pre-Modern really needs to. I know that they do embrace proxies, but you're gonna run into this conflict between tournament play and proxies, and I think that tournament pre-modern has to embrace proxies for it to really take off. Found it. Gets in with the Flamecaster. That's us. And a Mystic. And our opponent missed a land drop. Well, okay. I mean, we're going to go for the gold. Goliath Daydreamer. Get it down. Pass the turn. Can we actually do a thing with the Daydreamer? Opponent finds land number 4. Looking at our Daydreamer. Wow, that's unlucky. Oh, opponent with the top deck of the century gets and hits us. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. Well, now we play a land. We kill that thing. And we pass. Man, I wanted to do cool things. Opponent. Every format with legal reserve list cards remain niche or completely vanish at some point. Yeah, I mean, that is the problem with the reserve list cards. Opponent getting in. If we kill that, yeah, I mean, we got to do it. And then I guess we'll have to figure out how to deal with this double striker. Opponent passes. We draw a forest. Well, let's play the forest. I guess we just play this zealot. Where are rating schemes? Where are rating schemes? We spent a lot of draft picks on rating schemes, and we have not drawn a lot of rating schemes. Opponent. Another Enraged Flamecaster. I don't like that they're looking at that Squawk Roaster. That card's not very good, but it is scary. I mean, we gotta try, right? We gotta try. Oh wait, we're still good. We still killed it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. Now we can play this Swamp. Squeeze away the Flamecaster. Discard the Evolving Wilds. Okay, there's a rating schemes. Do we play Chompy? Yeah, it's not gonna have a good target, I don't think. Let's play Chomping Changeling. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Oh, we're getting close. Honest question. As someone who doesn't really pay attention to MTG Finance, what really is the point of the reserve list since the good ones are banned in a lot of formats? The reserve list is a relic from Magic's distant past. I mean, we gotta do it. Rating schemes. Pass the turd. Okay, step 1, rating schemes on the battlefield. Now we need some creatures of the proper colors and a spell. Found it. Ay. Oh, okay. Deceit, that's kind of fine. Gonna bounce the rating schemes, but cannot Thought Seize because they don't have black mana. Opponent passes. Ooh, Prodigy. Well, let's play the Zealot. Play the Swamp. And yeah, I mean, I guess we just pass? Nothing great to Explosive Prodigy. These Zealots have been really good. So, the reserve list is a relic from Magic's distant past. Back in the early 90s. So, back in the early 90s when Magic was just taking off, they printed a set called Chronicles, which was the first ever reprint set. And it made a lot of expensive cards from legends and antiquities and so forth become much less expensive. White, green, red. So we have... yeah, I think we have to do this. I think we gotta kill the Soulbright Seeker. Giving stuff trample seems bad for us. And we can double it? And kill the Sentinel? Our opponent gets to draw a card, but we get them both off the battlefield. Can we draw a spell? Can we draw a spell past the turn? I want to trigger this rating schemes. But once they printed Chronicles, it made collectors very upset. So as a response to that, Wizards made this promise that they would never reprint this list of cards ever again in the history of the world. It was one of those silly promises where at the time, Wizards didn't know that Magic would still be a thing 30 years later. They didn't know. I don't think they would have made the promise if they had known what the game would be today. But at the time, it seemed like a good idea because they're like, oh no, our game's going to die. People are freaking out. We got to do something or they're going to stop playing our game. And the answer was the reserve list. And they've stuck to the promise ever since, for better or, in my opinion, for worse. Now we're going to block this Deceit. Wow, opponent lets it go. All right, Deceit down. Opponent passes. Unforgiving Aim. All right, well, we will pass. We could use another black creature. Opponent. Flame Chain Mauler. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent. Gonna get it. Yeah, let's just make an elf. Sadly, we have to tap 2 green creatures, right? Man, needing to cast tap things of the same color is awkward. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna block with Kroll. We got to keep the black creature for rating schemes purposes. All right, we dropped to 6. Scroll down. Opponent passes. We draw a mountain. Not what we were looking for. Play it past the turn. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Opponent untaps. And gonna menace up the boy. Gonna go to combat. Opponent gonna get in. And they can keep pumping it? Well, let's block and block. Opponent. We need to draw one of those. Exile a bunch of cards, cast them for free spells. We have 2 of them in the deck. If we can conspire one of those once, this draft is a win. It's a win if we can do it. Giant Fall. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That's kind of a waste of a removal spell. Oh, we can use this as a second black creature. We have enough mana, right? Yeah, we can run it out if we can draw it. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's a big body. That's a big body. Get it down. Make a treasure. Where are all of our rares? We have so many rares in the bottom of our deck that we're waiting for. I kind of want to hold on to this because they do have some big flyers. So holding on to this in case they draw a flyer makes sense to me. Plus, we haven't drawn a black instant or sorcery or black non-creature spell to conspire anyway. Opponent, Blighted Rot. Sure. Well, alright. We're gonna have to trust this unforgiving aim to keep us alive here. Opponent, black mana, untapped, pumps. Gonna go to combat. Well, okay. Opponent pumps. Oh, they think they have it. Opponent pumps. Oh, they think they have it. Opponent pumps. Bad news. Bad news, friend. Bad news, friend. We have a flashy elf, and we will double block, and we will not die. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Changeling. Okay, thin the deck. Thin the deck. Changeling wave. We cannot have many lands left in our deck. All right, so we have a Sapperling News Tree, 2 Dream Harvests. Our deck is full of our bombs. Can we find them before we die? We get a forest. We'll play the forest. We'll pass the turn. Photo taps. We're in a fragile situation. What do you got, Warden? Oh, opponent passes. We draw a Sneakling. Okay, that's a black creature. That's a black creature. Get in, hit you down to 17. Getting close. Not a bomb, but getting closer. Opponent swamp and passing. Okay, Sneakling. Sneakling. Untap. Oh my god, a useless land. Where are our rares? Hit ya. Down to 14. 12 cards in the deck. 25% of our draws are bombs. Opponent finds a Grave Sifter. That's unfortunate. All right, we're going to have to draw it soon because opponent's going to build a scary board once again. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on. This game. Yeah, I mean, getting down the forest makes sense because it reduces the cost of Sapperling, but we're definitely going to hold on to the mountains. With the BNR next week, do you have any hopes for bans or unbans? Personally, hope for some changes to Modern. Would it be nice to see a shake-up in the format with some unbans? Perhaps try some stuff like Dread Return, Dark Depths, Top, Deathrite Shaman. Take some big swings, thoughts. So, ooh, okay. I mean, we cannot conspire it at the moment, but we're still going to cast it. All right. Summit Sentinel. Sizzling Changeling. Those are bodies. We will pass the turn. Powdered on taps. This has been a wild game. Opponent's going to copy their Squawk Roaster. And then copy their Squawk Roaster. And then attack with 1,000,000 Squawk Roasters. Well, we need to do some blocking here. Block. Alright, we draw a Looting Goblin. And a Blighted Black. Okay, can we draw one more? Opponent, land. Opponent loses Squawk Roasters. Come on. Oh. Okay. So we can do everything, right? So let's play this Gristle Glutton. Play Dream Caesar. Blight on the Glutton. play the Blighted Blackthorn. Blight on the Blackthorn. Oh my god, we have drawn a lot of lands. Alright, and we will pass the turn down to 5. Opponent untaps. We are so ridiculously close. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the secret lair thing yet. We only have 7 cards left in our deck. But if we can draw our other Dream Harvest and Conspire it, we might just mill our opponent out. I can't believe so many of our bombs are in the bottom 7. Opponent pass. Okay, finally a Sapperling Nursery. All right. Wait. Do we have 2 green? We do not. Okay. Sapling Nursery. Play the land, make the Tree Folk. And now we can make our Tree Folk indestructible. You know what? Let's do this now. Blight. Can we hit it? Can we hit it? Loot away this mountain. 5 cards left in the deck. All right, play another Tree Folk. Is this going to end with us milling out? Is this how this ends? This game has been ridiculous. Opponent. Rhyme Speaker. Okay, some card draw. Grows the Squawk Roaster. Opponent passes. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's what we've been waiting for. Okay, let's see if it does it. Dream Harvest. Yes, we will Conspire. Tap you. Tap you. All right. How about 2 of them? How about 2 of them? Can we exile it? How many cards I got? 9. Can we exile them all? Can we exile them all? We did it. We did it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. There was 4. Keep going. Keep going. Oh my god. Bloodline bidding. Oh. 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 Okay. So, Rooftop Percher. For free. And opponents comes it up. And I think, according to 17 Lands, we may be the first person to ever win a game of Lorwyn Eclipsed Limited with a rating schemes in our deck. And we could have bloodline bidding for elementals and got 2 zealots, chomping changeling, explosive prodigy, this treasure dork. Oh yeah, another chomping changeling. We did it! 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 Oh, who was here for the giant baiting draft? That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. Only people who have been watching the stream for like 10 years will remember what I'm talking about. But that was one of the classic limited moments. So in modern, I don't think you need to ban anything in modern right now. I think modern's in a pretty stable place if you look at the meta game. Nothing super broken. Yeah, Boros Energy still at the top of the meta, but honestly, pretty diverse modern meta. So I don't think you really need to worry about banning anything in modern right now. Unbanning stuff in modern is appealing to me. I think the last round of unbannings were really good. I think they ended up being a huge benefit to the format. And I think there's still a lot of stuff that could come off the ban list in modern. There's a lot of stuff that I think is at least worth trying. Like, the format has changed so much thanks to Modern Horizon sets. There are a lot of stuff that was really scary 10 years ago. I don't think is scary anymore. So I know we've talked about this at various times in the past, but cards that stand out to me, like Umezawa's Jitte, easy unban. I don't think it actually does anything. You might as well. I don't think you can unban. I saw someone say top. I don't think you can unban top just because it's so slow. Like, the issue with top isn't that it's too powerful. It's that once you let people play top, you just have too many rounds that go to time from people spinning tops multiple times a turn. So I think it's more just like a design issue. Like, the way the card works is just not good for tournament play. So I don't think you can unban top because of that. But I think easy Jitte, I think you can unban Ponder at this point. I think is probably fine. Preordain went fine. You might as well try Ponder too. Just free them all. I think you can unban. I don't know about the artifact lands. Part of me wants to say yes because it just makes the deck even more fragile to Meltdown. But maybe it would just be too overpowered. Deathrite Shaman. I would try Deathrite Shaman. Dread Return. So the problem with Dread Return is this. I feel like if you unban Dread Return, you might create like a really, really strong Oops All Spells deck because that's how Legacy Oops All Spells wins. And I don't know if we want like a tier 1 Oops All Spells deck. It could be an interesting experiment to see what happens, but I would unban Blazing Shoal. I think that one's unbannable. I would consider Birthing Pod. I actually think Birthing Pod is probably so slow enough to be safe now. Those are kind of the big ones for me. I don't know about Dark Depths. I would be more on board with Dark Depths once they give us Wasteland or Strip Mine. Like, once there's a better answer. But Modern just doesn't have very good answers to non-basic lands, especially in land form. Like, I know you can play a Fulminator Mage, but that's just kind of slow. So I think we need, like, a Wasteland or a Strip Mine before we do that. But, yeah, there's a bunch of cards I would at least consider unbanning in the format. I mean, I'd be fine with Boros Energy getting hit because that deck's just been at the top of the meta for way too long. Also, what did y'all make of this? I've been scratching my head over this for the last day. What do you make of this? So yesterday, yeah, Ghost Quarters, okay. It's not great, though. So what do we need? What they do yesterday? They released this new Secret Lair drop that I gotta say actually looks sweet to the point where I kind of want that Wood Elves and I kind of want that Nature's Lore. Even like Skyscarf Claim and Dryad Arbor, I don't play those as much, but these two I would definitely play in my commander decks. But they released these Secret Lairs in a way we've never seen before. The price of these Secret Lairs for non-foil, $10, $20, $30, $35, $40. So five different price points. Same for foil, from 20 up to 50. And they said clearly on here, which maybe some people miss, because the more expensive ones sold out quicker than some in the middle. But they said on here, they're all the same. They're all the same. The only difference is the price. If you buy the more expensive one, you don't get anything extra. They're just more expensive. Why would they do this? I believe they're all sold out now. Why would they do this? Why would Wizards price Secret Lair drops this way? I've heard multiple theories. One theory I've heard, it has something to do with bots, and it was some test to something to do with the scalpers and the bots that buy out the Secret Lairs. That kind of seemed like whiz casting for me a little bit. Like, but maybe it could just be a test to see how much people will pay. Like the normal price for a Secret Lair drop. The normal price for a Secret Lair drop is $30 non-foil. Doing it this way, Wizards managed to sell a bunch of these at $40 and $35. Maybe this was just a test on us to see. I believe they're all sold out. It essentially is surge price. It is similar to surge pricing. Let me see. I think they're all gone now, right? I'm pretty sure. Chaos Vault. No longer available. Yeah, they're all gone. So what this means is the cheap ones sold out first, obviously. People are like, "Oh, $9.99 Secret Lair drop. Of course I'll buy that." But then this is the part that I don't understand. This is what I don't understand, chat, and this is what I need your help with. So the order of this was, my understanding, the order of this was $9.99 sold out first, $19.99 sold out second. So the two cheap ones sold out first. But then oddly, the most expensive ones sold out before the normal price, middle priced ones. The $40 version sold out before the $30 version. Why? Why would people buy the more expensive one first? It either really is bots who don't know, or people not believing the announcement, and they're like, of course, if I buy the expensive one, I'm going to get something better, which Wizards explicitly said you won't, but betting that that's not true, I guess. The whole thing is so confusing to me. Are the cards even worth that much at base? No. These versions might be expensive, but Nature's Lord's been reprinted. It's probably $5. Wood Elves is bulk. Sky Shroud, maybe $1 or $2. Dryad Arbor's not worth much. Maybe they assume they wouldn't be able to complete the purchase of the cheaper ones. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is weird to me. It's weird. I mean, it is Chaos Vault, which is where Wizards tries weird things, but I'm confused. I don't know what they were doing. I hope they're trying to solve a bot problem. I kind of think they were just trying to figure out if they could sell Secret Lair drops for $40 instead of $30, and the answer was yes, because they sold out anyway. So maybe it's a precursor to raising prices. Yeah, I would be more interested in trying to pick up the singles. Like, I don't really want to pay 30 or 40 bucks for that lair drop. 10 bucks, I guess, was fine. 10 bucks for the lair drop would be fine. But 30 or 40 bucks for that lair drop seems like too much. But I would pick up a couple of those cards as singles. Ooh, the nut draw. No one's beating this hand. Any chance you'll try Ruby Storm in Timeless? It won a big Timeless event recently. Ooh, interesting. I'd be down with trying some Ruby Storm. Ruby Storm's a cool archetype. Storm of Memories. I forgot about this card. That actually seems sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it. When was there a big Timeless tournament? Evolving Wilds. Yo. I mean, buying singles is usually the smartest thing to do anyway. Like, as a general rule, you will come out ahead buying singles compared to buying pretty much anything. There's rare exceptions, but almost always that is the smartest thing to do. Well, let's grab a mountain. Well, there's our big old tree folk. Let's play the land pass the turn. So I guess we just cycle this for a mountain. Opponent's just going to run out of Reese. Sure. We've played Tendril Storm before. Haven't played Mono Red Storm in Timeless, but we've played some black base Storm. I mean, I could see ways that pricing could be manipulative. Not saying that is what's happening, but I could see how you could manipulate that, right? If you listed a very small amount for $10 and marketed it, and then listed most of them for a higher price point, you would probably make more money and generate a lot of interest and hype, because people are going to be like, oh my God, $10 Secret Lair, I got to go buy this. And then when you get there, you're like, oh no, the $10 one sold out. Well, I guess I'll just get the $30 one. It does look pretty cool. So I could see how that kind of pricing could be used to manipulate people. Again, not saying that's what's happening here, but I could see how that could happen. Oh, I hadn't even seen that tournament. Ooh, opponent. Liminal Hold. Well, good news is opponent's down to 2 cards. Bad news is we're down to 14 and getting beaten down. Let's play Goliath Daydreamer here. See if we can get a blocker down. Not that we have anything to do with it yet. Opponent, Mountain, and Flitterwing Nuisance. All right. And Flame Chained Mauler. Oh, that's going to let our opponent draw cards, which I don't really like. Removal. How about a removal spell? How about a forest? Now let's play the land. So they're going to be able to draw 2 cards. Yeah, I mean, I think we just play this. Those big old tree folk can draw a card. Okay, Explosive Prodigy would have been better last turn, but it is good. I mean, opponent can actually draw 3 cards here because of Menace if they go all in on it. They have just enough mana. They activate that, then you Menace the Mauler. All right, opponent's just going to get in with the Flyers. Okay, down to 7. Sure. Opponent gets to draw 2. Not great. There was not a lot of value in the Secret Lairs. There was not. Oh, some Tendril Storm? We can probably play some Tendril Storm at some point. MTG Nerd X. So I think we need to play a Prodigy. Kill the Nuisance. Play a Changeling Wayfinder. Grab a Forest. I'm not sure if we can survive or not. I mean, we get to gain a couple life with the Shimmer Creep. This is going to be close. A test for upcoming Marvel layer drops makes sense. It seems very clear that they are going super hard on this Marvel set. Just from everything we've seen so far. The early spoilers, the product release. Are there any other Power 9 decks in the bracket? There are 2 Power 9 decks. 2 Power 9 decks in the bracket. Opponent hits us down to 5. Release. The second one, you know, that's not ideal. So we're at 5. Let's play a Forest. Yeah, I think we just have to Shimmer Creep. Yeah, let's play the Shimmer Creep. Game 3. This Goliath Daydreamer, we have not found a spell. We have not found a spell. Found it. Wow, gonna tweeze our face. All right, so we need to draw something to deal with this flyer next turn or we're dead. Opponent does not discard to the tweeze, which is concerning. We might be dead right now. Opponent combat. Opponent gonna get in for Glamour Might is not even a very good card, but we are dying to it. Opponent hits us to 2. And tweeze. I don't know why I think we're dead here. I feel like they have because of that tweeze. I feel like they have another. All right, Omni Changeling. Oh, gonna copy our Shimmer Creep and win? Yep, that works. Ah, boo. Well, we did do it once. We did get him once with it. Where are these deck lists? Let me see. I will show you the other one. The other one is, I believe, the deck. The deck from 1994. So the two Black Lotus decks. We saw Black Lotus Control. Then there's the deck, which is actually like kind of similar. This one's more in green. This one's a little bit later, another year later. I feel like this is a more. I mean, the deck is an iconic Magic deck. Like, this was one of the first great decks in Magic. I feel like this is a better deck overall than the Black Lotus Control deck, but it's got the same kind of upside, right? Of you get to play all the Power 9, so you can hopefully do these very explosive things. You're still trying to win with Sarah Angel, but you get like 4 counter spells, which makes a lot of sense. You get 4 mana drains, which makes a lot of sense. You get Moat, which seems really brutal depending on the matchup. So yeah, that's actually, yeah, I think that's it. And then Channel Fireball does not have any Power 9. Yeah, that's Ernemgeddon. We're gonna have some funny ones coming up. The Moat, yeah, the Moat's gonna be a problem. Tolarian Academy combo gonna win the tournament, in my opinion. I played during that time frame. I did not play during that time frame, and I would pick that deck. That's one of my Final Four decks in my bracket. Like, I actually think that deck, a first matchup with it coming up next week, so we're gonna find out. But I actually think that deck is insanely broken. Like, it's, hey, what's up, Pixeled? It's one of those decks that when you see it, you're like, what were they thinking to make these cards? The Black Lotus Control deck was sweet. There are no Ponza decks in this bracket. There are decks that have land destruction. Like we had an Armageddon show up yesterday. So there are decks that have land destruction, but there's nothing that's straight up a Ponza deck. The other deck that I actually think has a shot to go very far that people might not be thinking of is I actually think that Monstrous Rage Red might actually be one of the better decks in the tournament. When I was thinking about the decks that I think will be good, my first thought was... Oh, so awkward. My first thought was old combo decks, right? Like the... Hey, what's up, Trainer Blue? Like the Academy deck, like the Broken Jar deck, stuff like that. I think those are really, really strong. And I think it's kind of funny. Pairings are semi-random. So they're random, but we went out of our way to make sure that decks from the same time period wouldn't play in the first round. So we didn't want to have like two decks from the same year or the same standard facing off in the first round. Kind of like how, if you follow college basketball, they have, I believe there's like an unwritten rule when they do the bracket that they try not to have teams from the same conference play in the first round because they've already played each other a bunch of times. So based on that theory, we decided to try to keep decks from the same year apart. But otherwise it's random. I thought about trying to seed it, and I figured we would just not make anyone happy. Then you're just gonna have a huge debate about if the seeding was correct, right? Like, well, actually, this shouldn't be the 1 seed, it should be a 2 seed. And maybe that would just be a fun debate to have. So maybe we should have done it just to have the debate. But I figured that no one would agree on what the seeding should be anyway, so. But I think Monstrous Rage Red actually has a shot to potentially be one of the better decks in the tournament. Because I think, so here's how I conceptualize this. So I think in general, old decks, gosh darn it, are we just dead? Okay, so maybe there's a reason people don't play raiding schemes. So here's how I visualize the bracket. Well, we get to cast our spell at least before we die. Maybe we hit a Wrath? Is there even a Wrath that we could hit in this format? All right, down to 1. Well, Dream Harvest. Save us, Dream Harvest. Land. Dream Harvest. All right, opponent. Give us something good. Is that enough? No, I don't think so. Tristan. I mean, we do get to gain 2 life. Then we play this, but this has trample, and then we die. Yeah, we're just dead. So here's how I think about this. I think in general, and this is without having played the matches. We've played a couple so far, but this is in the dark. So I think that in general in the bracket, new decks beat old decks because new decks have just better card quality, right? In general, there's been power creep. Cards are stronger now than they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. So in general, I think new decks have an advantage over old decks, but there's a huge exception to this. I think old combo decks have a huge advantage over new decks because modern Magic is so much about fighting to the battlefield. 90s Magic, early 2000 Magic, a lot of decks were about playing to the stack. A lot of spell-based stuff, control decks, combo decks. It wasn't so much about creature combat because creatures sucked at the time. Now creatures are really strong. So most of Magic is about playing creatures and killing creatures. Even like a lot of our spells from the past are now on creatures now. Removal and so forth. You're going to see on creatures more than spells. So I think a lot of new decks... Hey, have a good day, Quirt. Thanks for swinging by. I think old combo decks actually have an advantage over new decks because new decks are going to be playing a bunch of creature removal and stuff to deal with the stuff that's popular now, which is creatures on the battlefield, which means they're not going to have the stack interaction to deal with old combo decks. So I think it's going to be a very interesting paradigm as we keep moving through this. Yeah, there's an article, I'll link it in the chat. So before we did the first match, we posted an article with, here it is, with all the deck lists and the full bracket. So if you want to see the deck list or the bracket, you can find it all here. All right, we gotta restart. Okay, that was not a great draft, but we're gonna try one more. First, we need to restart. Avert your eyes. I don't know how messy the desktop is. Oh, not, well, 50-50, about half full. We still got some space over here by the hummingbird. Yes, please. Yeah, that game was so good. How much do you say your entire collection's worth? Not an insane amount. I at one point, this was a couple years ago now, I had actually tried to get most of it uploaded onto Goldfish. And it was around maybe 20 grand ish. Somewhere around there. Which I mean I know is a lot of money, but also that's like a single Black Lotus. Like there's people that own a single card that is worth the amount of my collection. I don't own that kind of stuff. Squander resources. Yeah. No, those old combo decks I think it is. It is important to play through. Oh, I have so much bulk that I just have like a I kind of someday I'm gonna show a picture of this, I guess. I kind of have like a room of bulk almost. But I have like a closet that's just full of flat rate boxes of bulk, and then a room that is like halfway full of bulk. So I have a lot of bulk. I didn't upload all the bulk. Like the 20k ish would be like rares and real cards. More than the bulk. I don't think the bulk is actually worth much of anything. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's a room that's kind of just my magic storage room. It should be a second bedroom or like a guest bedroom, but instead it is my magic storage room. I mean, 30th anniversary stuff, I guess I don't really count is the same as owning like an actual piece of Black Lotus or whatever. I was trying to think of some interest. Like I have all this bulk that's not worth anything. I was trying to think of something cool to do with it. A throne would be sweet. A throne is actually a super sweet idea. All right, let's do another draft. Okay. We learned a lesson. We learned a lesson. Don't take rating schemes. That was the only lesson of that draft chat. But we did do the thing once and it was sweet. I know people who are I have heard those stories of people who are like had their cards from the 90s and sold them to buy a house or sold them to have their wedding or like some big expense. Brambleback Brew, Hovel Hurler, Reaping. I think the Willow's interesting. I feel like that card's good. I've seen this card a couple times and it seemed pretty good. Brambleback Brew, I haven't really played with much. Maybe I'll have to keep goblins in mind. Maybe goblins are better than I give them credit for. I moved recently, had to move organize my bulk. So much of it's unplayable. Kind of want to get rid of it, but I have the hoarder mindset. I'm kind of like that too, the Oriental God. I have this like in the back of my mind, I see these like pre-modern spikes and random commander spikes, and I think of that closet, and I'm like, you know what? That random Library of Lang. I bet you I have like 10 Library of Langs in there. Is it worth me spending the amount of time it would take to find those Library of Langs to sell them for $5? Now that they're worth something, no, they're not. But it's nice to know that I could, if I ever wanted to, I could cash in those Library of Langs. That is for the 30th anniversary stuff, since they threw most of it in the trash. Actually does have value. Ooh, well, I mean, I feel like this card's probably good. Harmonized Crescendo, gonna be at its best in Merfolk. Actually, it might be a reason to be Merfolk. Like, this might be so good that it's worth it to be Merfolk just to play Harmonized Crescendo. Flock Imposter is fine. There's this big goblin thing. Pingy Goblin. This thing I think is pretty good in green decks. Wait. Huh? 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 They put an alchemy card in our Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. They put an alchemy card in here. Wait, did I do something? Did I click something wrong? Or why is there a topsoil turn? Did I click something wrong, or is there a bug? Oh, I'm in an alchemy draft? Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I didn't realize I entered an alchemy draft. I guess it doesn't really matter. We are in an alchemy draft. I thought it was a bug. Huh. Well, now this is interesting, chat. What do we do here? I mean, I think we still just draft it. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact, hopefully. So, High Perfect Morcant, one of the best elves. Someone even passed the High Perfect Morcant. They might have had the triple rare pack. I like Gathering Stone, but I don't think we want to take it yet. The problem is High Perfect. High Perfect is not good with Harmonized Crescendo. If we want to stick with Harmonized Crescendo, Pestering Wellguard or Temporal Cleansing. Are we taking Elf Mommy? Are we gonna be the Elfers? All right. I think here's the plan. So I know I gave this little speech about wanting to commit to an archetype early. What if we're Saltai Elves? No, the actual plan is, oh, do I have to read this? Oh, why did I click Alchemy Draft? 10 to the Kiln. 2-mana enchantment. When it enters, all non-elemental instant sorcery cards you own perpetually become elemental kindreds in addition to their other types. When you cast an elemental spell, put a flame counter on this enchantment. Then if there are 3 or more flame counters on them, remove them. Conjure a card named Flamebrighter to the battlefield against haste, being the end step sack. That is a lot of words for a card that doesn't do much. My God. Abigail, okay. There is nothing that's an elf. Nothing really even in the colors of elves. There's also nothing that's a good merfolk. We take this not good Statolite Dagger, because it's the creature types. I guess Abigail would probably be fine if we end up elves. I guess we take the Abigail and see where we end up. I feel like this card is good. Like, 2-mana 2/1. When it enters, if you have 3 or more creatures, so you only need 2 and then this, return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Unfortunately, it's a Kithkin and not an elf, which is awkward. But we're not really seeing anything for an Harmonized Crescendo Merfolk deck, so I guess we just take that, and we're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chat. Chat. I have an idea, chat. What if we try to build around rating schemes? That looks pretty cool. Imagine all the things we can do. Imagine all the things we could do with this rating schemes. It could be really cool. I don't think we do that again. I don't think we already tried that. Unfortunately, Wander Wine Farewell is good in Merfolk. I don't know if we're past. Is that a sign that Merfolk is open? All right, we're gonna keep walking the line, and we're gonna have to decide pretty soon. All right, there's a Preacher, which isn't like a huge sign. This thing's also okay. There's 2 good Merfolk 2-drops. So I think maybe Merfolk is the way to go. So I think the challenge of this set. Okay, Merfolk's looking open. This is a good Merfolk card. This is a fine Merfolk card. So I think we're less likely to play the green cards. Harmonized Crescendo is so good in Merfolk that I think it's worth it. So today we're just doing draft today. We will obviously most streams we play constructed, but usually 1 stream per set. We do a limited stream. So this is our limited stream for Lorwyn Eclipsed. Yeah, we're just gonna take the Vaulter. I really want to build a deck with Puka's Eye. I feel like 5-color Vivid with a bunch of Puka's Eyes would be sweet, but I never get the Puka's Eyes when I want to draft 5-color Vivid. We'll just take the bad removal. Peddler's pretty good with Convoke. I also like that this Preacher. I mean, Merfolk looks open. Temporal Cleansing came back. Another Preacher. How many creatures we got? So far we have 4 creatures. Yeah, let's take the Cleansing. I mean, I like how this looks now. I like how this looks. We're getting a bunch of Merfolk coming back around late. Maybe we're in an open archetype. Swing for 0. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super thank you. I will see what I can do, MTG nerds. A Tendrils in Timeless video does sound fun. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've Tendrils in Timeless. 90 months. My goodness. You make me feel old, Swing for Zero. just by resubscribing. Let's take this bloodletter. The sad news of the week that we haven't talked about. Oh, you're gonna be in Vegas? Hey, Swing for Zero. Okay, I am excited. I am excited. We will get in. Oh no. Oh no. A rare is something I've never heard of. Thought. Now I gotta learn about alchemy cards. Thought Stealer Sprites. 2-mana 2/1 flying double team. When you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, draft a card from its spell book. And it's a bunch of pretty good fairy cards. Okay. Sure. Now here's all the good elf cards. Safe Right, Eclipsed Elf. Kind of hate that we lost a rare to an alchemy card here. Lofty Dreams is not bad. Silvergill Peddler also is fine. It's very good with all of our Convoke stuff. Yeah, let's take the Dreams. God. Oh. It is so hard to not play High Perfect and Marlin. We have to, right? Let her go? We have this High Perfect too. We gotta take it. We're gonna see. Wait. It's our rating schemes. What is this? Elvish Elegy. Mill 3 cards. Then each creature card in your graveyard perpetually gets +1/+1. You may put an elf or land card from among the milled cards into your hand. Well, I mean, that's actually seems very good in an elf deck. This is also a pretty solid elf 2-drop. This is a pretty solid elf 4-drop. Yeah, there's accidentally alchemy cards. I think we just take this. So I think we're actually going to try to be like Saltai Elves. Look at all this fairy stuff. 3-mana 2/2, flash, flying, lifelink. Look at the top card of your library. As long as the top card of your library is a fairy or instant, you may look at it anytime and cast it. I feel like Wizards is going out of their way. They're making real Magic cards, and then they go out of the way to like tweak something to make them not work in paper Magic, just so they can consider them to be an alchemy card. I feel like that card, it's so straightforward, right? You don't have to do like, you just print it as a normal Magic card and it would be fine. It's like it's as simple as that. But because you can only look at the top card of your library, if it is an elf or is a fairy or whatever, then it doesn't actually work. This pack is not great for us. There's a big Hovel Hurler. Hurling the Hovels. I guess we can take a Midnight Tilling. All right. Wow. Morcant Loyalist. That is a nice pick 6. I mean, that makes me think the elves are open. Like, if we're getting pick 6 Elf Lord, elves might actually be open. We might have accidentally ended up in the place we want. Oh, Gravesifter 2. Okay. We might have accidentally ended up in a pretty sweet spot. I keep thinking it's so funny because when I think of limited, wow, my goodness, elves is insanely open. All right, elves is like extremely over the top open. So we probably don't want to play this peddler. Elf, give us an elf. I mean, that makes an elf. We might not play this Lofty Dreams. Eulogist, we want you. Hopefully we don't have to play that. Our curve is a little bit clunky. Probably don't play that. How many elves do we have? 11 creatures, 8 elves. I mean, so I think the Weaver's worth playing, even though it's not an elf. I think it's just good enough. Abigail's probably worth playing, even though it's not an elf. And then the rest of the stuff, I mean, hopefully we just get more elves because it seems like no one is taking them, which is insane. We might have accidentally pivoted at the right time. We might have accidentally pivoted into a good elf deck. We started off very merfolky, but merfolk is still open too. All right, horrible tree folk, elf. Ah! Rewarded. What does this do? Craterous Stomp. 2 mana. 3 damage target creature and opponent controls. Each other creature that player controls becomes a coward. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this card's insane. It is insane, but I don't think we can pass up. I don't think we can pass up Champions of the Perfect. Like, it's too good in an elf deck, right? That's our third Bommy Elf rare. Watch us get it back. Watch it wheel anyway, because no one wants elves. It looks like Standard's in a really good place for pros content creators. We'd see a lot of decks in good matches, but if you look at the prices of the decks, it is horrible, costs like Modern. What does this do? 3 mana. When it enters, creature cards in your graveyard perpetually get +1/+1 Blade Axe. Return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Returning a creature and mana value extra less from graveyard to the battlefield can't be... Wait, is this good? That might actually be... Is this card good? It's like a recurring nightmare. Or we just take this thing, which is fine. You know what? We're going to try it. Mornsong Aria. I don't know how you make Mornsong. I don't know how you make Mornsong Aria work in draft. Or anywhere that you're not playing Opposition Agent. I do love that art, though. That art's sweet. Lava Leaper. Probably do not play that one in draft. We're kind of getting nothing here. I guess Changeling Wayfinder is actually fine in this deck. Because we need our third color. This is a pretty... How many elves? What are we at elves-wise? 9? So, what removal do we have? We do not have much. I kind of want this Vinebred Brawler, but I think we probably just need the fight spell. Well, okay. I could take the Valving Wilds, but To Assert Perfection seems good. So now we get a bit of removal, too. Brawler is also good. Ooh, what do you think of this card? I wish we got a Morkant's Eyes, but... So this, I almost think is worth it just because we have 2 really good bombs, right? In Marlin and High Perfect, that our opponent's going to have to kill. And being able to get them back, I think makes it worth playing this just to get the bombs back. Can we get an elf? No. Ooh, Mirrormine Crown. Can we make any tokens? I'm pretty sure this card is absolutely horrible and limited. It has to be absolutely horrible and limited. 4 to cast and 2 to equip, and then you need a way to make tokens in draft, but we're going to take this Great Forest Druid. Hopefully we don't have to play it, but we might. Oh, here's the original alchemy card. When this creature enters, each forest and tree folk, is that worth playing? I mean, it's not the right creature type. I don't think we play it. Ooh, Eulogist we will play. We will play another Eulogist. Extractor I think is bad, but we might play it. Not a 3-color deck. I feel like Marlin's. I feel like Marlin's good enough to make it worth splashing. I'm kind of amazed that we ended up with what looks like a halfway decent elf deck after where we started. Can you make, in the next month, a Commander Clash where the commanders are Augustine, Turgid, Jin-Gitaxias, Extra Turds, and Toxrill? That sounds That sounds miserable, MTG nerd. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Actually, within the next month is pretty unlikely because we already have the next few episodes planned out. But so what is the idea? So do you want those specific commanders, NerdX, or do you just want to see like the most miserable salty commanders? Like, is there something about those in specific, or is that just like the saltiest commanders possible? There's a combo in limited. Oh, Champion of the Weird Graveshifter. Champion of the Weird is really good. And Gravesifter. Yeah, being able to get it back, that seems very strong. I don't know how you beat that in limited. Everyone plays Taxus, so you guys just have a horrible time. That does sound kind of fun. Stacks week. We could do a stacks week. So is there any argument to cutting blue? How greedy are we? So I think Marlin's gonna stay. So this can get an island. Harmonize Crescendo seems like a challenge. That's gonna be an actual cost to our mana base. We could just go that. I don't know if it's realistic. I don't know if it's realistic to splash Harmonize Crescendo. Is it realistic? Like this seems doable. I don't know if we can go to 1 because we have this mill stuff. So if we mill an island, we kind of want to back up. And we do have this Great Forest Druid, which isn't great, but it does help fix. You know what? Let's go. Let's try it like that. Yeah, I don't think we have enough fixing for the Crescendo, unfortunately. But I think the Marlin is so strong that it's worth trying to make the mana work. We thought about one episode we've talked about for a long time, Chaos Factor Gaming, is a Shahrazad game, and we just have not figured out how to do it in a reasonable amount of time, because once you start Shahrazarding, it's just going to keep going and it's going to keep going. And it's going to be like a 8-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour game of Commander. Do we just Thoughtseize? I think we just Thoughtseize. Let's see what your bomb is over there. So Merfolk, Lofty Dreams, Gravegill. Well, I think we just have to take the that plus that's kind of annoying. That's a lot of damage. We're gonna be able to fight it eventually. I think we actually take the Gravegill, because I think we can just kill the Lord, in theory. Encumbered Reachery. Well, there's our island. Well, yeah, let's play this thing. Play this thing, take our beats. Yeah, it would be everyone has to play Shahrazad. I think we gotta try it at some point. We just haven't figured out the details of, like, the biggest problem is just editing. Like, it takes Morgan pretty much the week to edit Commander Clash as it is. And if we dumped a 12-hour game in his lap, I just don't know how he would ever realistically be able to edit it. Well, this sucks, but I think we gotta play it. Well, draw's not working out at all at the moment. Found a land. An opponent. Lofty Dreams. Gonna get in with the Reachery. Hit us. Down to 9. And yeah, I mean oh boy, what a massacre. What a massacre. I mean, we can kill this, but this doesn't even really help much. We're still dead next turn. We don't have enough green mana. The island, actually no, we're dying because we drew 4 swamps and not enough forest. But if this island was a forest, no, they draw another Graveguild Scoundrel anyway. Or I'm Glen Recluse. Gonna bounce the Weaver, and yeah, we got Merfolked. Bummer. You do Shahrazard versus Enter the Dragon versus the Countdown versus Tug of. Huh? Wait, what are. I don't even know what these cards are. Enter the Dragon? Or Enter the Dungeon? Oh, that's the other. Okay. Players play a Magic sub-game under the table. Under the table. Starting at 5 life, using their libraries as their decks. The winner searches their library for 2 cards. Okay. What are the other 2? Oh, the countdown is at 1. I remember this one. Yeah, with that guy on it. Subgame starting at 1 life. And the reward is what? Double damage? And what's Tug of War? Tug of War. Players play a subgame starting at 5 life and with up to 3 permanent cards with different. What? Players play a subgame starting at 5 life and with up to 3 different permanent cards with different names from the main game library on the battlefield. As the subgame ends, the winner chooses one of the cards that they put on the battlefield in the subgame and puts it onto the battlefield rather than shuffling into their library. Tug of War was almost legal? Really? I mean, I guess starting with permanents on the battlefield, the subgame would theoretically go pretty fast, right? So wouldn't you just wait? Wouldn't the way this would play out, you like Tug of War, put an Emrakul into play, win the subgame with Emrakul, put an Emrakul into play in the real game? That actually seems kind of strong. That actually seems kind of strong. I will see what I can do, MTG Nerds X. Acorn Legality. Wizards. What were they thinking? Oh, also in sad news, we didn't really talk about this. Kai Buddha passed away, I think Friday, or the end of last week sometime. The greatest Magic player ever lived, I think. Like, from a competitive perspective, the numbers, like, he really is kind of the Michael Jordan of Magic in a lot of ways. Like, he is one of the people that if you look at the numbers, they're just kind of so unbelievable that you're like, I don't think anyone will ever beat that. Like, the biggest one is winning 7 Pro Tours. 7 Pro Tour wins. When I believe the next highest is Finkel with 3. And he got his 7 wins in 3.5 years or something. Like, there was a time when Kai was very close to unbeatable at Magic. So yeah, it's, man, Merfolk for days. Well, we can kill this Lord. Get rid of that. Play the Informant. Do a little survey. Where's our bombs? We need some of our bomby elves. Dawnhand Eulogist. You know what? I think we put that in the graveyard. I don't think we want to mill twice. And this gives us an elf in the graveyard for the first one. Tributary Vaulter. I'll go to combat. Get in, hit you. And play the Eulogist. Come on, Marlin. Ouch. All right. Well, we milled the Blighted Nightmare. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, Yeah, I mean, I think we do it. How about a high perfect Morcant? And then, yeah, we're just gonna go attacking. Gonna hit you. I mean, there's one of our bombs. Hit you, hit you. Yeah, so that was the sad news of the Pro Tour. Good afternoon. Just want to say I'm loving the new best standard deck videos. Hey, thank you, King Soka. I'm glad you're liking them. I'm curious, what else would you all like to see bracket wise? The Celtic Slayer, yeah, or Slayer Celtic. That match was so ridiculous. That was my favorite one. I mean, I guess we've only done 2 so far, but definitely my favorite one. If we can have more matches like that, oh, series is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. What else? What would be the next thing you'd love to see a bracket of? Which probably won't happen for a while because this bracket's gonna take a minute. But is there anything else you think would work especially well, or you'd be especially interested in, as far as doing a bracket? I gotta read this card now. Creatures in your graveyard perpetually get +1/+1. Blight X. Return this gem to its end. Return target creature card with mana of extra less from your hand to the battlefield. So I think we play this. Get back the Blighted Nightmare. Blighted Nightmare. Blight 4. Mill. Bird. Hit ya. Oh, I think we got this one on lock. Modern decks would be cool. Wonder if you could talk more about sideboarding in the videos. Actually, yeah, that's something we're gonna do more of in the future. That's something that the person editing the videos brought up after the first episode and said, can you, like, when you sideboard, can you, like, at least lay out the cards in sideboarding and talk about what you took in and out? So that's something that we focused on more moving forward. So yes, there's gonna be more about sideboarding in there. Best modern deck could be sweet. Abzan Rhino Eulogist deck. I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by successful. I mean, honestly, I think you could put actual Siege Rhino into standard right now, and it probably wouldn't be that great. And this is only a drain for 2, and the body is not as good, and you need extra steps. So I think we could build a deck that would play like Abzan Rhino with Eulogist. Would that deck actually be, like, a good standard deck? Probably not. All right, opponent, gonna do some bouncing. Sure. Well, play the land. Play the Eulogist. Burn ya. Attack, attack. I think it's worth attacking even though they're gonna trade, just to keep Convoke bodies off the battlefield. Informant, mill the land, and I mean, all we gotta do is play this Eulogist and we win the game. Hey, thank you, Zadfast. Yeah, we usually do one limited stream. One limited stream a set. I have been doing a little bit more on the YouTube. So I want to do more like against the odds limited stuff on YouTube. So we'll see. It's just kind of tough because drafts take so long. One of the upsides of against the odds is you just play a ton of games and then you can get the deck doing the cool thing eventually. Wow. Brigid Command. I mean, aren't you still just dead, though, to this Eulogist? Like, we just keep eulogizing. And opponent. Elf in the graveyard. And we kind of rhinoed him. What is the Magic Channel doing today? Are they doing any... Is it, like, spoilers or something? Oh, they're showing off secret lair drops. More secret layers. More Dungeons and Dragons secret layers. Oh, man, ancient bronze dragonite. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe there's a flavor reason, but isn't ancient bronze one of the cheaper ones? Ancient, or are they doing all of them? No. Ancient bronze dragon, it's still $17, but it is one of the cheaper ones. Are these a draw for you, chat? I imagine if you're a D&D player, these are probably a bit of a draw. I don't know. I don't have any connection to Gale or the D&D characters, so for me, these are just like random cards that I'm not especially interested in, but... Wait, is there a new Baldur's Gate coming out? Or wait, what was the last one? Was that Baldur's Gate 2? Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, I see. So, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, that was the one that came out a couple years ago. I imagine they're going to try and make another one, right? Since it was so successful. That game kind of popped off. We even played. I was so good. I ran into some walls. The goldfish crew played. Ooh, wait, what are... Tortured Existence. I can't even read this font. Cat Beast, whenever... What does this card say? That font is Seasoned Dungeoneer. Something of the Wash. And a cat. That's a cat. Oh, Displacer. That's what that's saying. Displacer Kid. And wait, what is this one? This font is really of the 100 Wash? What is this guy in the top left with a pink face? Tortured Existence, Seasoned Dungeoneer, Displacer Kid. Displacer Kid's kind of a messed up card. I don't know. Are you gonna buy these, chat? Are they worth it? There's so many secret layers. I mean, I guess Displacer Kit's like $26. Which I guess means if you need a Displacer Kitten, this might not be a horrible buy. I don't know if Tortured Existence is actually worth anything. Tortured Existence, yeah, $5. The Shadowheart one? Yeah. The Shadowheart one did look good.
Season, unless Blake Rasmussen calls out Canadian Highlander in some way in the fact that he plays. So I'm glad that we got it in here.
We got it in.
We need our Blake ranking before we leave. All right, let's go back to our draft. We'll keep an eye on it. But it seems like no spoilers or anything. Speaking of spoilers, that was the other thing we didn't talk about. I gotta know what you think. We got new cards since last stream. From Secrets of Strixhaven of all places. Chat, what do you think of the two new cards? First up, Mathemagics, which I think this is one of the cooler cards that they've made in quite a while. Mathemagic, double blue, double X. Target player draws 2 to the X power of cards. It's okay, only okay. I think this card's incredibly... I feel like this... So we had Doppelgang, became kind of my card of the set when that came out in Murders of Karlov Manor. Then we got Mirror Form in Lorwyn Eclipsed, which is my card of the set. I have a feeling that this is going to be my card of the set. Reindeering for the 10th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. I don't know how people hate math and play Magic. Magic is a very mathy game. So it's such a weird thing to hate if you play Magic, because a lot of Magic, like combat, all of that is like you're just doing math all the time. But I feel like this might be my doppelgang. This might be my doppelgang from the set. This might be my Mirror Form from the set. Just the ability to pay 14, win the game is so wild to me. It might partly be because I've been practicing the Goldfishing the Academy deck for the bracket matches. Hey, see you, Paul. Thanks for swinging by. Have a good day. But pay 14, win the game. Like, literally 14 mana, your opponent draws their entire deck, you win on the spot. That's kind of appealing to me. I've been playing the Academy deck, goldfishing it for the bracket game, and that deck tries to win by casting a Stroke of Genius to make your opponent draw their entire deck, except you need like 60 mana or 70 mana to win the game. This does the same thing for 14. 14, it's like a fraction of the cost. It's the cheapest way to do that if you want to do it. Being an X-Spell is awkward because it means you can't do any like cast it for free shenanigans and make it work. So you actually are going to have to get 14 honest to goodness mana or reduce its cost in some way. But I feel like this card's actually... What's the root of the fourth power? I hate math. I know I was just saying I don't know how you're a Magic player and hate math. I have no idea. I don't hate math. I like math, but I have no idea what the root of the fourth power of 2401 is. It's 7. Hey, see, make a Magic card. You like math. The other one, you got to be hyped for the. Even if you don't like math, you gotta like miracles, right? Lorehold the Historian. 5 mana Boros Elder Dragon. Legendary. It's a 5/5 with flying and haste, so already pretty good stats. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2, and the beginning of your upstep, you get to rummage. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you get to rummage. Discard a card, draw a card. This card is wild. This card is so wild. I'm very excited to see a new generation of Magic players learn what it's like to play with Miracle. The clunkiness of drawing your card and having to do the peek and then deciding, do you put it in your hand, do you miracle it? It's going to be fun to watch that. And I also think this card is actually kind of insane. Like, in Standard, I want to say I think this card could be Standard playable. I think 5 mana 5/5 Flying Haste already has me interested just based on its mechanics and its stats. And then its ability, I don't know where you make it fit. Like, you play in control in like 2 mana Jeskai Revelation, but even just a 5 mana 5/5 Flying Haste that lets you rummage each turn, triggers Monument, fills your graveyard, you can reanimate. It seems like a really good card. I do think this is going to be... Yeah, the bottom text is already really good. Like, just being able to rummage each turn very strong. I expect this to be a very popular commander, and I think you have to just not let it live. Like, I think this is just a kill on sight commander that essentially, if it lives, your opponent will probably win the game within a couple of turns or pull super far ahead. And it's nice. I know I always say this, but it's a cool Boros commander. It's not just doing equipment stuff. Do you think, chat, that miracles are going to be part of the set? Or do you think this is just a standalone on Lorehold? Oh, the other thing is, I am fully convinced that we're not getting lessons, or not getting learn back to go with the lessons. I think the announcement that they're going to 15 card sideboards for best of one, they actually specifically mention here. We went to 7 card sideboards because of Strixhaven, because of the lessons. And now we're going to change it back. So this makes me think that we're not going to get learn to go with the lessons in Strixhaven. Maybe they do, and they're like, hey, it's fine that you can just play a 15-card lesson sideboard. That would be even wilder in best of one. But I think that means no learn to go with the lessons. That'd be my guess anyway. All right, we're gonna try this. We got the high perfect. All right, a swamp is a good draw. A swamp is a good draw here. Opponent forest. Well, let's play a swamp and Lessalana Informant. I think we can mill that. I think we can mill it. Yeah, let's mill it. You think it's gonna be a one-off? Yeah, maybe they wouldn't make it an actual supported mechanic. Maybe it'd be too much. Opponent Eclipsed Elf, good card. Gonna find the big trampler. Well, let's play a land, and I guess we get down our Lord. And start the beatdowns. Get in, hit ya. I mean, we have 2 of the best elves. We need a blue source, but we have 2 of the best elves that exist in this format in our hand. And we have this wonky enchantment. They have beautiful, beautiful Secret Lair lands. Ooh, do they? Ooh, those actually do look pretty nice. Those actually do. They do look pretty nice. Oh, Blake. He looks pretty comfortable today. B plus Blake, maybe? Low A, high B. Do we want another swamp? I mean, I guess it gets us to high perfect, so sure. Hey, what's up, Sebis? How are you? How is Morecamp Ben as your commander opponent getting down the adherents? Well, let's play the Blighted Nightmare. Play the Swamp. We actually just go attacking. If we can trade off with this, we will take it. We will trade the Lord. Opponent down to 17. All right, Pest turn. About it. I know, isn't it wild that Marlin didn't get a special art? Ooh, Chomping Changeling. That is actually obnoxious. All right. Well, Eclipsed Kithkin. What are we doing over there, opponent? I think our opponent wanted to be elves, but failed, maybe? Tried to be elves, but failed. Well, play a land. Get down the high perfect. Blight ya. And pass the turn. Come on, blue. Blue for Marlin. Blue for Marlin. Blue for Marlin would be so good. About it. Who's going to Vegas this year? Ooh, opponent's got the fight spell. Alright. Not ideal. Although they can't really attack. They're going to get back the Eclipsed Elf. Do we trade? So we kill this. If we kill this, we get back high perfect. Yeah, I think we do it. Get back the high perfect. Play the high perfect. Blight ya. Man, we just cannot beat this 6/6 trampler though. Like that's the issue, is we just cannot. We cannot beat this 6/6 trampler. Our loss in game 1 was the same thing. Oh, you're gonna. Hey, awesome! Nervous Army, and 13 minus 2. I've got a wedding and a honeymoon to pay for this year. Yeah, that. Ooh, that's scary. Sapling Nursery, Eclipsed Elf. Man, we're just gonna lose. We're gonna lose to this stupid thing again. How disappointing. I thought this deck was actually pretty good, but attacking with the 4/2. Oh, with that? I think it made sense. I think it made sense because we have all this graveyard stuff. We had Blighted Nightmare. We had Morcant Loyalist. I think the attack made sense to me at the time. I mean, I guess we just have to pass and flash in this safe right. The problem is this Moon Vigil thing is just too big. Opponent, combat, opponent. Gets in. Huge attack. I think I've just decided that Lorwyn Eclipsed is a bad limited format. I think it's just a bad limited format. It doesn't matter what we do. We are doomed to die. I mean, there also might be some amount of variance, but I work at a phone selling retailer, and if my December commission is anything to go off of, people broke AF. And if other people broke, I'm broke. It's kind of funny, Mega Magikarp. I've had some other people that I know, friends and so forth, that they don't sell phones, but similar type of jobs, right, where you're selling stuff based on commission, say the same thing to me recently, that just like, no one's got money right now. No one's got money, so I'm not making any money because no one's got money. And so I think you might not be the only one going through that. I guess we'll see if, I guess, tax returns will be coming for people, but that's a very short-term solution to a long-term problem. But I do think you are not the only one that is experiencing that right now. We're gonna go discard mode on this. Okay. Mother Frogger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. I mean, opponent's hand is just full of gas. I don't know how good Gloom Ripper is going to be, though, because they don't have... Yeah, we just take the Nursery. They're not an elf deck. Like, they have a bunch of bomby elf stuff, but they're not an elf deck, so I don't know how good Gloom Ripper will actually be in their deck. Lorwyn Eclipsed really showcases a problem with reducing the prolific proc to a single set. Not enough warrior elves, not enough. Yeah, that's what feels different, right? Is in the old lore when there was all these like crossovers with the secondary creature types. This just feels like very straightforward, right? It's like you just have these 5 creature types. Hope you get into one of the creature types. Hope that creature type doesn't suck. So you got to be actually elves, I guess, to have a good deck from what people are saying. So it just feels very narrow to me compared to old Lorwyn. Well, let's Changeling Wayfinder. Grab our island. Pass the turn. So our opponent got a Grave Shifter that can get back Prism Basher, I guess. The Gloom Ripper, there's just not enough elves for it to do that much. All right, opponent, get a Grave Shifter. Get back to Prism Basher. Gets in. Well, we're going to block. Let's just play the land and get down the Champion of the Perfect. Yeah, let's just behold the Wayfinder. All right, I mean, get down the Bomby Elf, pass the turn. Opponent. Alchemy card. Guilt Leaf. Conjure a forest onto the battlefield. Activate only if there's 2 or more elves in your graveyard. So now what? Well, I guess we Midnight Tilling. Get a Dawn's Light Archer. Play the land. No attacks, pass the turn. Opponent gonna route a Mischievous Sneakling. I mean, this thing might be scary if they get to it. There's still a couple lands away, though, from being able to play the Basher. I saw a hilarious concept for an EDH deck. Mono Blue Aragorn using Swirl the Mist to change all of his colors spell triggering to blue. That is actually a super funny idea. Found it. Getting in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's play this. Draw a card. And you know what? I don't think we even... Yeah, no blocks. No blocks. Down to 15. We might just get back to Abigail. Found it. Alright, gonna route the Gloom Ripper. Post-combat. Kill the Archer. 1, 2, 3. So let's play the land. Grave Sifter. Draw a card. Get back the Archer. And then kill the Gloom Ripper. And then I don't think we can attack. Let's pass the turn. I'm still worried about this thing coming down. When it enters up to X target creatures you control, get +X+ and a term or X's number of colors among permanents you control. So our opponent wants stuff in the graveyard so they can use this to conjure a forest onto the battlefield. So I guess we just take it then. Down to 9. Found it. Huh? Whenever a creature card is put in your hand from your library, it perpetually gets +X+0, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Now let's play the Eulogist. Draw a card. Mill some cards. Play a Weaver. Draw a card. Get back the High Perfect. Play the land. And okay, and now we can even flash in. We can even flash this in. Okay, we might be all right. We might be all right. Does our opponent find the land? Opponent wants a land for this Primal Basher. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. This is going to be super close. Aw. I think we do it. I think we do it. I think we keep it. Selfless safe, right? Draw a card. Name Elf. Fizzle the removal. Found it. Getting in, getting in, getting in. Well, all right, we're going to block. You can finally conjure your forest. There's bad news, though, because we got High Perfect coming. Opponent passes. So, play the land. High Perfect Morcant. Draw a card. Blight ya. So wait, when it enters, up to X creatures you control get +X+S, can still enter and X is a number of colors. So 1, 2, 3, black, blue, green, red. So everything gets +4/+4. So let's kill this. Play this. Blight ya. Mill the island. And get in for 6? 7, 8, 9? Yeah, let's get in for 9. Hit ya. Found it. Gonna block. And conjure a forest into play. Sure. Alright, opponent down to 15. We gotta stop drawing cards anyway, because we're gonna mill out. So we have shifted from card draw mode to High Perfect mode. And there's a Primal Basher. Yeah. Found it. attacks. Actually, maybe we keep the elf. Let's just block here. Yeah, let's just block kill it. So, Changeling Wayfinder. Do some digging. Blight ya. Huh. Play the land. Play the extractor. Blight ya. And we will just pass the turn. I mean, I think we win this. I think we end up winning this. Yeah, I know we can proliferate. I don't really want to tap things down yet, though. Opponent. They open 2 formidable speakers? Okay, sure. Well, let's see what they got left. How do they open 2 formidable speakers? They opened a lot of rares, my goodness. Yeah, mill is very good in limited. Just because you start with so many fewer cards in your deck. I don't know, man. Even thinking about playing Magic these days makes me wish that MetaZoo popped off. I'd rather be there some days. Wizards lost their narrative, and I don't know if it's their fault after the takeover of Hasbro, but it hurts to see a good game go maybe so jaded. Take man, I used to love a game, used to now I don't know. So what changed for you, Devox? Oh, maybe they did. That might have been an alchemy thing. That makes sense. And opponent, gonna play Kithkin. Sure. And passes. Well, okay. Run out the Dawn's Light Archer. Opponent gets to surveil. Leaves it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Leaves it on top for now, but that is a Marlin. Hello, opponent. Blight ya. And then, we don't have any Death Touch. We have 6 cards in our deck. Yeah, I think we do it. Eulogist. Exile. Blight ya. Mill. Play the land. I wish we could kill this thing, but we can't quite. Seek X cards that share a color with one or more permanents you control, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. All these cards have so many words. For each color among permanents. Wait, this is like a riddle. Seek X cards that each. Seek X cards that each share a color with one or more permanents you control, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. For each color among permanents you control, those cards potentially gain the spell cost one less to cast. How in the world did they manage to word it that way? Yeah, we'll just play Dawn's Light Archer, I guess. Mill, yeah. And pass the turn. Opponent. Safe right, Calvary. Passes. Surveils. Can we win before we run out of cards is the only question. We draw Useless Swamp. Well, go to combat. Hit ya. What if we swing out? They have 4 blockers. So if we swing with everything, our opponent blocks here, 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 here. They take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I think they die. Yeah, we just win, right? So block there, block there. We get through for 4, 5, 6, 7. Block there. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're just going to swing. Swing and draw. And I think this should do it. Mathemagics is for blockers. Found it blocks with everything. I mean, we also have 2 more damage in hand. So if we were just short, this would finish our deck off, but we get in the last 2. Whew. Wizards just seem so much more involved with customer relations, dedication to the deliverance of the kind of respect. It feels like they shout the voice of the customer in that way. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that feeling, Devix. I feel like the change, it's not so much Hasbro buying Wizards, because it happened forever ago. But I think the real shift that happened was when Hasbro's old CEO passed away, and they promoted Chris Cox, who was someone they had hired from outside and made Wizard CEO, to Hasbro CEO. And then once Chris Cox became CEO of Hasbro, maybe because he came from Wizards and knew Magic and knew what a goldmine it was, that's where he saw a lot of changes towards like the MPL for competitive play, selling direct on Amazon instead of going through local game stores as much, secret layer proliferation, universes beyond. Like there was a big push to monetize Magic, a much bigger push to monetize Magic than there had been in the past. So that's kind of how I see it. I actually think Hasbro owning Magic is kind of like, it generally has been a positive for Magic's life. I don't know if Magic would still be here if Hasbro didn't buy it back in the late 90s or whatever. But I think that was the shift, is when Chris Cox became CEO. He just had a huge focus on monetizing Magic in a way that previous leadership didn't have. I mean, I love Magic. I still love Magic, but I can definitely see the frustration. Because Magic has definitely changed a lot over the past decade, and it not always has it been a positive. I think there are some huge positives of like the huge positive of like, I think Commander is a huge positive. It's having a format that less enfranchised players would be interested in, when in the past, if you didn't want to like go grind, sweat mode for a weekend, there just really wasn't much of a place in Magic for you in outside of your kitchen table, stuff like that. So I think there's been a lot of great things, but then there's also been something. Oh God, what is this? 4-mana 3/3. When it enters, conjure. What? Wait, this card's kind of insane. See, I've never done an alchemy draft before. Is the correct thing just to take the alchemy cards because they're super busted? Is that the general feeling about alchemy draft? We're gonna take that thing because that thing actually does seem insane. That thing seems, I imagine we'll be seeing this as a Brawl Commander. That seems like a very good card. Green mana. Oh God dang it. Well, Magic Gods not smiling upon his elven children at the moment. Past the turd. Do you think it's a good or a bad thing? It's making them a lot more money to make a lot more products. Curious of your opinion on that. I think it's a negative, but that's just my opinion. Oh no, another swamp. That is very unfortunate. Oh, we might be losing because of that. My opinion is, I think Secret Lairs, my overall opinion is, I think a lot of the changes, oh man, what a brutal way to lose. I think a lot of the changes are actually positives, right? I think Secret Lairs existing are a good thing. I honestly think, and this might not be a popular opinion, but I honestly think Universes Beyond existing is probably a good thing. The problem is Wizards has a tendency, in my experience, to just go too far with things, and they get a good idea, and then they just go way too far down that path, and then eventually got to kind of find the middle ground. So I think, is the amount of Secret Lairs they're making too many? Probably. But is Magic better with Secret Lairs being a thing? Yes. Is the amount of Universes Beyond sets they're making too many right now? I would say yes, but do I think Magic's better with Final Fantasy and Avatar and Lord of the Rings existing in it? I honestly have come around to the answer to that being yes. Like, I think those sets actually add to Magic, and they've been a positive for Magic, and not just bringing new people in, which I know is always the go-to. And There's kind of a lackluster argument for a lot of people, because it's like, I'm not a new person, so what do I care if it's bringing new people in? I've been playing for 10 years. I want this game to be the way I like to play it, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, I imagine this is insanely broken because it's not a real card, so you don't really got to test it too much. Opponent, yes, getting in. Well, we will block. I think we just missed too many land drops. Down to 13. We draw a forest, so play the forest. This is a 5/1? I don't know why that's a 5/1, but it's a 5/1. So let's play this druid. I think we have to kill this spikeling. I still don't know how we survive 4 essentially free or close to free non-land cards being drawn by whatever this thing is. Found it. Oh. I think clicking Alchemy Draft, that was a fatal mistake for us. I wonder how many minutes they spent testing these alchemy cards. Over under 10. Over under 10, I'm not sure. Oh, Wizards. Wizards. You crack me up, Wizards. I mean, is this just a 2-mana enchantment that's like all your creatures get plus infinite? Like, is that actually what this is? I didn't read it because I'm not blocking it, but yeah, all right, sure. The thing I don't like about UB is how they're sold at a premium price. I have a friend who wanted to play Spider-Man and Avatar, but saw the price tag and said heck no, and never looked back. Honestly, that is one of my biggest concerns right now, is just like the cost of Magic. I mean, we talked about the Pro Tour and how wonderful the Pro Tour was, and like how shockingly diverse it was, and just like it was really good, surprisingly good, way better than I would have guessed going into it when we saw the like day one metagame. But if there's one thing that really concerns me, it's that there are multiple archetypes that are pushing $1,000. Like the elemental decks are pushing $1,000. Badger Mole Cub decks are pushing $1,000. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess you can find some like $250, $300 decks, like budget decks essentially. But a lot of the other like tier decks are not that cheap. A lot of them are 500, 700. I feel like that's just too much. And I feel like that's something that we haven't really talked about enough lately, is just like the cost is getting too high. And part of it's probably price increases. And I think part of it's actually just, I feel like it's greed, but like it's rarity choices when they print the cards. Like honestly, and maybe talk me down, Chad, if I'm wrong about this. Is there a reason that Badger Mole Cub has to be a mythic? I feel like cards like Badger Mole Cub, I feel like cards like Quantum Riddler, I feel like cards like that, cards that are going to be 4 of constructed staples, I think you really want to try to get them at rare, because Badger Mole Cub at rare is still an expensive card. It's still probably a $20 or $30 card, but it's not a $70 card or whatever it is, 68 or whatever the number is. It's not a $70 card. Same with Quantum Riddler. I feel like Wizards needs, I feel like that's something we've talked about before. And I feel like Wizards knows that. Like they know that. This goes back to Lotus Cobra. When they printed Lotus Cobra, there was a really big conversation about why are you making this mythic mana dork? Mythics are supposed to be these big, splashy, not especially playable things. Commander cards, not the card that I need 4 of to play in standard or in modern. So I feel like Wizards needs to needs to do a better job of like keeping that in mind. Maybe Badger Mole Cub's a card where you're like, it's got to be a mythic because of limited. I don't really see it though. Like, you can't build around it in limited. So it's going to be a much tougher to have that huge snowball that you get from Badger Mole Cub. Quantum Riddler. I can't imagine why limited would be the reason that you would have to print that at mythic over rare. I think that the problem is we get used to $40 cards every 5th set, which happens every 2 years. Now we get two $40 cards every set, which happens 6 times a year. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. I don't know if Magic will be in a good place if $1,000 standard decks become normalized. Like, if we just become desensitized and we're like, yeah, Magic's expensive, you know, it's always been expensive. As Magic players, yes. As Magic players with a collection of cards you can trade or sell or whatever to get your new cards if you want to, or you've been doing it forever so you're used to it, I can understand how we can, like, we just accept that the game is expensive. It sucks, but it's expensive. That's part of being a Magic player. But I can't imagine a new player. Like, how do I get a new player to buy into Standard? I can try to give them a budget deck, but even, like, I don't know, things are so powerful now that it's hard for a lot of budget decks to keep up. I guess you can give them a budget tier deck that's like $250, $300. But even then, if I talk to someone that didn't play Magic and I was like, hey, I got this new game you should check out, it's really fun, you can get a budget deck for $300. That's a lot of money for a lot of people. That's a lot of money. So I'm concerned about the prices. I hope Wizards does something about it, because, I mean, this is something we talked about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, when they announced Universes Beyond coming to Standard. One of the big concerns was more sets in Standard, higher price sets in Standard, leading to a more expensive Standard. And I think it's playing out exactly like we feared it would from a price perspective. So that's, yeah, I mean, that is a big challenge. I think in some way it's so funny because I feel like Wizards has done a good job reprinting a lot of things and keeping costs down. I think collector boosters keeps base versions of things cheaper. But really, Standard is just, it's getting out of control. Alex of Eden, I got a pretty sweet UB Cavalier of Night looping historic deck. I'd love you to check it out. Hey, welcome to the Fishbowl, by the way. I'd love to see a list. If you got a deck list, send it over and I'll take a look at it. So what do we learn about Lorwyn Eclipsed Limited? And I've really been enjoying drafting lately, but I feel like I cannot figure this set out. I feel like, I guess I'm just bad at drafting Lorwyn Eclipsed, but I feel like, I don't know. When I have a deck that I feel like it's good, it's usually not good. When I have a deck that I feel like it's bad, it's still usually not good. I haven't figured this one out yet. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in this format. I thought it was about just like picking a tribe and sticking to it and crossing your fingers that it worked out, but that doesn't seem. Ooh, wait. New border. Hang on a minute. What is this? What is this new way to separate me from my money? Let's see. So these are, ooh, that is one of my, man, 25,000 gold. That is one of my all-time favorite swamps. That is one of my, like, the colors are just, the colors pop. Swamps are usually so dark and a little bit, like, boring or grayscale-y, but just, like, it's so vibrant. The colors of that swamp are so good that I kind of want to, but that's so much gold. And I don't think I'd use the other ones. Plus, they got the border I don't like. They have the modern border. I do really love that swamp though. That swamp is legit. That swamp's actually not bad either. Where are these cosmetics though? Let's see. Oh my god. Scroll over there. So this is the new border. What are they calling this? Elemental frame? Huh. I mean, ugh. Huh. I don't know. My first... What? Wait. 53,000 gold? 10,000? Wait, is this not like $50 of gems? Oh my god, those are expensive. I mean, hey, they can charge whatever for cosmetics, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that because I can just not buy them. So that seems pricey. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure I think they look good. The white one might look best. The neon green looks a little bit cheesy to me. The gold ones, okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess I was expecting these to pop more. Elemental frame lands. I mean, I guess those actually look kind of, the lands I like the most, actually. I could actually see myself getting the lands, possibly. And they don't cost infinite. Oh, look at these shocks. They have shock lands? Wait, are these shock lands? Oh. Okay, the colorless lands. The colorless lands, I think, actually look kind of good. The colorless lands actually look, I kind of like those. I don't know about this. Like, look at this breeding pool. It looks like a tree. It's like the bark of a tree. Wait, is that dismal backwater? Why? Why would why would anyone need the fanciest cheaty lands of all time? What? Please don't buy those. Please. Well, if you have extra gold, if you are a Magic Arena player and you have extra gold, don't upgrade your gain lands. Spend that gold to get non-gain lands to put in your deck. Put non-gain lands in your deck and you will be happier. That's the actual play here. The play is not, oh, the problem is my Tranquil Cove doesn't look enough like a tree trunk. The problem is you got Tranquil Cove in your deck. Yes, the blinging out gain lands is the funniest. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard of. Why? Who plays? I mean, if Pauper was like a big mode and supported, I guess I could see it, but oh, the fancy gain lands. You gotta be a hardcore whale. You gotta be, I don't know. I feel like Crim has all the cosmetics. I bet the actual idea is, we were just talking about, oh my god, these are so expensive, like 56,000 gold, and then you come over here and you're like, oh, 13,000. Okay, I mean, that almost made me think about it, right? I was like, wait a minute. Well, 13,000, that's not bad. Those look kind of cool. And then you get down here to, whoa, 10 of them? Only 2,300 gems? Snap by. Will I ever use them? Don't think about that. we don't think about that. We just spend. Oh, the thing is, I wonder, okay. We're gonna wrap these up in a minute. I gotta ask you though, how much psychology do you think goes into Arena? Because I know there is a huge industry in a lot of big corporations. Like, they are paying people lots and lots of money and spending lots and lots of time figuring out stuff like, how do I optimize my store in a way that is going to psychologically get or trick people into spending more money there? Like, I wonder how much of that goes on. I know that's a huge in like mobile gaming, and lots of companies do it, not even just mobile gaming. That's a really big thing. I wonder how much that goes into Arena. Like, I wonder, when I look at something like this, I'm like, are these laid out randomly? Are these laid out intentionally with the most expensive one first to get me to like scroll over here and then buy one of these because they're cheaper? Why would you put the gain lands in there at all? Is there some psychological reason that they're in there? Like, is this all some psychological play that I'm missing, that is just designed to separate me from my money, like a casino basically? Interesting. Well, I will say, I like the lands. I like the colorless lands. I think look the best. The border with the colored cards, I don't know. It doesn't, in the store at least, it doesn't really pop out to me as looking super exciting. Maybe some of them are okay, but a lot of them, and I just can't get over how neon-y that green is. Maybe it'll look better on the battlefield, but it's hard for me to imagine spending 50 bucks of $50 of gold or gems to to get that. But someone just got paid $75,000 a year just to get you to buy the Special Prince of Pixels. I mean, there is probably more than that. They're probably paying more than that. You've you've pooped more vibrant borders. Mega Magikarp. The Gembino, though, he's shiny. Even if you don't have any gems, for instance. Oh yeah, those little things. Those little things all play into it. Or like I remember when they made the change that every day the store would light up that there was something new in there. Like when Arena first launched, there was nothing that would push you towards the store. Like see how Mastery's lit up, packs are lit up. Now every single day when they update, there's new stuff in the store because of the sales. So you see this notification of, oh, store, I better go in the store. There's something there. Even just little things like that. And I mean, a lot of that's just, it's good business. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's the psychological aspect of it's kind of interesting. And I think as gamers and as Magic players, I don't know if we think about it all the time. The war that's going on between the corporation and our brains, with the goal being to separate us from our money. It's a lot of it just looks like it's just natural and random, but really I think there's a lot of thought and planning and money that actually goes into this. Wow, Professor Knox, my god. What is Knox up to these days? Is he making content of? I remember Knox coming in was part of the big wave of people that came in when Arena launched, like streamers from other games. Is Knox still making content? I haven't seen Knox in many years. Anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So, Lorwyn Eclipsed Limited, I still haven't figured out. Maybe I will someday. If I do, I'll let you know. Reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams. He quit because it was too stressful to keep up with him and Savitz and Mega Mogwai. That's too bad. Normal YouTube. Check out the bracket match from yesterday if you haven't. Tomorrow we got some Against the Odds action. Tons of other sweet stuff coming up. One more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Check out my deck I just sent. Oh, let me see. Wait, where's your... I got you, Alex. I'm going to check out your deck before I wrapped it up. But wait, where is... Did you actually send me? Oh, wait, did you, like, email it to me? Oh, wait. I see. I found it. Let's see. I gotcha. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this before we wrap things up today. We gotta check out this deck from Alex. Let's see. I'm gonna put it in a goldfish page so we can see it a little better. So what do we have going on here? Cadaver Imp. Wait, what? Twilight Diviner. Cavalier. Oh, this is the historic deck, right? So Cadaver Imp, when enters, return a card from your graveyard to your hand. The Cavalier can get back like the Cadaver Imp or the Ether Channeler. If you got Twilight Diviner out, you get double of those. I gotta say that is a very unique looking deck, Alex. That's a very how's it played for you so far? Have you got to play with it much yet? Oh, did I miss yours too, Chaos Factory? I got you. We'll do a little deck tour as we wrap things up. You look Cavalier with Cadaver and copy it, you get it. I forgot about Cadaver Imp. That's a super sweet idea. So you can Cavalier, get back Cadaver. If you got Twilight Diviner, you get two of them. Then the Cadaver Imp can get back whatever, Cavalier, Archfiend, or whatever to hand from the graveyard. So you just have this huge value loop from the graveyard. The only thing I'd say is you gotta watch out for graveyard hate. So whatever, maybe some Into the Floodmaws in the sideboard. Some way, like if your opponent drops a Rest in Peace or something, some way to get that off the battlefield. But the idea looks super sweet. I like it. I like just the value train engine of it. And now we got what? Chaos Gaming Infinite Cranking. Ooh. Okay. So Cranko. Then we have Mirrormine Crown Moonlight Meditation, which I see where this is going, which says if you would make tokens instead, you make copies of the equipped or enchanted creature. At first I was like, wait, this doesn't work because Krenko's legendary. So the idea, I think, is to not put a Moonlit Meditation on a Krenko. Step one is Ember Island production. Copy the Krenko to get a non-legendary version of Krenko. Once you get a non-legendary Krenko, then you put the Moonlit Meditation or the Mirror Mind Crown on it. Then you have a Krenko that taps to make copies of himself. that actually seems hilarious. That seems like a pretty funny against the odds deck. I could see playing stuff like that for some against the odds action. I don't know how realistic. There's a few steps you got to go through, but perfect for against the odds. And if you pull it off once, it is going to be absolutely hilarious. But Cat Camp fan, I will give them some pets and scratches and treats from you. Thanks for swinging by. Anyway, everyone, that brings us to the end for today. That's our stream. We'll be back next week to do it all again. So until then, everyone, I love y'all. Be good, stay safe, and I will talk to you soon.